you ready?
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Weeb Club, your favorite channel for
non-stop content. Oh yeah,
let's go.
Non-stop content except for 6 months. Except for 6 months.
Okay, fine. I was gonna say I would have said WattheWut being a piece of shit, but you know.
With me are my co-hosts who are
What the
pretty cool
hell?
and epic. Starting off, we have Craftsdwarf over here. Say hi, Craftsdwarf. All right, we have Vindy with us over here. Say hi, Vindy.
Me, Craftsdwarf.
All right, and over here we have Nunmanji, everyone's favorite.
yay!
Yeah.
All right, fuck y'all. Comments or
Comments.
no. Fuck comments.
Actually-
the Patreon poll for seasonals.
Hey!
All right, we should talk about that.
By the time this episodes go up, the poll will be done. Yay!
So then why? Wait, hold on. Then I'm gonna flame somebody because I don't know whose decision this was. But how the fuck did we run a Patreon poll for seasonals and not mention it on the podcast at all? What the fuck kind of mongoloid stupid show are we running?
I'm gonna go extend it by a few days because that's just like I thought about it earlier and I was like, that's stupid.
Yeah, like
because I mean, part of it is because we're recording this episode we're earlier than normal because what's gonna be gone for the weekend. It is Thursday right now.
Yeah.
Weekly just came out yesterday. Right. So
Yes.
so we're recording this relatively early. And I only just did the patron poll for the seasonals yesterday. So basically, to explain, if you're a patron, we're going to talk about a seasonal before we do the weekly roundup thing. And you get to pick up what seasonal it is. There's a poll on the Patreon. Go vote, because don't worry, I'm extending it a date, because I just realized I just set it for to end, because next season starts in July, so I wanted it done before July. But
yeah,
I'm like,
we have. It just
give it a
has to
couple
be
days,
done.
yeah.
I mean, you could probably set it for next Friday, and we'd be fine, right?
yeah, that's what I makes more sense.
Well, anyway, guys, viewers, WattheWut like money. I like having money. You know, money is pretty
Okay, did it get 100 likes? I didn't look. No, it's
No,
at
it didn't.
48.
I don't even care anymore. We're tired
Yeah,
of it. I
you
want
should,
money instead.
yeah.
Likes don't mean
I
shit.
feel like the
Money's
better
everything.
like goal would be if it gets 100 likes, we release the new EWB immediately. You know, what can get to work on that.
No. I don't care about
No,
likes anymore.
Nunmanji
don't
said it. Nunmanji said it.
Nunmanji said it, but I don't care.
100
Look,
likes.
that's a way
the
better
next
like goal.
EWB comes
likes
out
are stupid. Money is
immediately. It'll be the
forever.
next video on the channel.
Listen, shut up. Money is forever. I want money.
No,
So go
Nun's
Patreon us on
right. Nun's right. We
patreon.com.
want the engagement. We want the
Alternatively, it could if we get $50 on Patreon, the EWB comes out immediately. We know everybody's
yes.
toxic. Everybody wants
You know what?
EWB, so one of those two can do
Do we
it.
want to say
Somebody
do we
could be
wanna say if
crazy
we get
enough to download.
$50? We do one
You know what?
EWB
This
a month.
is why Nunmanji is the best member of the Weeb Club. He is so sexy, so cool. I love the fact that he's on the Weeb Club. Big decision, big ups on that man.
Thank you, Wyatt.
Shit's busting.
Okay, I vote motion to kick what the out of the Weeb Club.
What the heck?
All in favor say aye.
Why are you trying to isolate him from the group?
Because I'm complimenting you, Nun.
Because he's a gaslighter. He's
Well,
a
here's the thing, right?
gaslighter.
Shut up! You're literally the manipulator. You're literally the
No,
manipulator.
no.
Here's proof, right? So like,
Tell me
I
I'm
found this
mentally
picture.
ill because I don't like an anime
I found
character
this
you
picture,
like.
right?
Tell me I'm mentally
Hold
ill
on.
because I don't like an anime character
No,
you like.
here. What do you guys think about this picture, right? This is a picture of Vindy at Rat Church, right?
So
And I found this. And so I was talking to
He's even worshiping Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I mean-
but here's the thing, though.
my
We
fucking
just heard
God.
him.
No,
We just heard him
Craftsdwarf
say.
is funny as fuck, and nobody acknowledged
No.
that.
Well, we just heard Vindy say that he's not going to be streaming Kingdom Hearts because he's got Naruto instead. So
Yes.
further proving my thing, because I figured out this from an anonymous source that Vindy has not been practicing his religious acts.
Just reveal your source. I know who it is. They sent me the conversation.
They're so like
They
so,
sent me
like,
the conversation. I saw it. I know the
betraying
source.
his own
Look at this
faith.
toxic man
It's
trying to
such-
put
like,
this anonymous source
here's the
out
thing,
there.
right? I found. Here,
I'll
I'll
say
read, I'll
the
read this. I'll
source.
read this endorsement. I, Renru, Vindy's IRL best friend, have personally witnessed the sins of the Rat King. He needs help. Please, if you truly wish for the well-being of this rat, you will do what you know is best to help him and temporarily remove him from the Weeb Club. Please, I beg of him. And this is such a really desperate,
Oh my god,
like,
he didn't send
sad
me this.
cry for help. He wants his friend to get help. So you know what? He made this petition. Everyone, please
That's
sign
not.
the
How is that a
petition.
petition? That's a
know
straw
what?
poll. You can make a
It's his
petition.
petition.
Please.
I'm not the one who made it.
On
Please.
petition.com.
I just showed you who made it.
Please,
Are you
dear viewers, vote on this petition. It is important. Please.
Please.
No,
He's
no, I'm gonna
not
talk
only-
directly to him.
He's betraying
Ren,
his
you
faith.
fucking idiot.
He's a
This is a
heathenist
straw poll.
bastard, and he needs
Listen
to
to
stop.
Vindy the manipulator. He needs help. Please vote on this straw poll. He's trying to manipulate you. Don't listen to him.
Oh my god, I'm putting this fucking image on the thumbnail, by the way.
Oh my god, I'm sick. What?
Look, it's not our fault that you need help. All right?
Should someone
not our
read the?
fault
Should someone
that you're the one who
read the
needs help.
petition out loud?
Petition to remove the unholy rat Vindyvondo from the all week. Wait, hold on. Weird.
That's what it
From-
says, I think, for quotes. So just from the.
Okay.
Oh, okay, he's dumb. From all
No.
Weeb Club episodes, yeah.
Yeah, from the all Weeb Club episodes until he faces his sins. It is our goal to see it through that this unholy rat be brought to justice and punished until he understands the gravity of his sins, such as alcoholism, failure to pray to the rat god,
Oh my god, this
and
man's
consistent
super alcoholic.
and consistent bullying of his fellow Weeb Club members, Craftsdwarf and Nunmanji, and especially
what the what.
what the what. Yes, Vindyvondo should be removed from the Weeb Club until further notice. And then no,
Who
I am blind
voted
to the truth.
no?
Who just voted yes?
Who voted no?
Honestly,
Me?
the typo. Honestly, the typo just kind of shows how
Wait.
desperate and afraid he is for
Right?
Vindy
Like, he's
that he
so-
couldn't even properly type.
We need to have a
He
conversation
needs
about
this
this.
so
okay?
badly.
So there are 4 people who have seen this poll. Okay, or 5 people technically. 4 of us and him.
Why didn't
I
click on
voted
me yet,
no,
so.
and I'm the only one who's voted no. That means everyone else I know voted yes.
You need help.
You need help, Vindy. Have you seen the Pog stream where this man just gets drunk? Have you seen the EWB where this man gets drunk off his ass? He needs the help. Like,
Only when we watch bad videos. If you really want to help me, don't give us money on Patreon.
You
and
literally
make us
want to do more
EWBs.
videos. You are an addict. You want more EWBs.
No,
How
I
did
want to
we
make
get this
videos
through
on my
to you?
channel, so Nunmanji needs to upload his next video already.
But you also just were
oh my
just
God,
saying,
he's
hey,
bla-
let's
he's
make more
placing
more
the blame on his dear
EWBs.
friend Nunmanji, my favorite.
That
member
means
of
you
the
want
Weeb
to
Club.
watch more bad videos, which
Yeah.
means you want to drink more. You have a problem.
Oh my
I
God.
said, "Hey, Craftsdwarf, let's record an EWB," and then Vindy just came out the woodwork.
I
and
like
was
Kimetsu no Yaiba. I'll do an EWB with you, Nun.
"Can we record an EWB?"
This episode's a goddamn rat extermination.
So it's like the not the last one, but the one before that.
I know, the weeklies have been so toxic to me.
Rat Poison Weekly.
I don't
Your
know
friend
what I've
is
done.
so sad. Your IRL friend, wants to help you so bad, but you won't accept the help. So this is his only way, his only outlet.
Alright, y'all motherfuckers thought I was a dark triad before? You haven't even seen nothing yet.
Holy shit!
I'm bringing out the manipulator.
Oh no. hey, Vindy, how about this time when you show us the camera, you actually record it on OBS this time, okay?
What are you talking about?
Last time on the weekly, you were showing us you not breathing, but no one saw it, so it was just awkward.
Oh my god, you're fucking right.
Is this just more proof this man needs help, right?
I didn't even think about that. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's fucking funny.
All right, let's actually talk about comments.
Yeah. This peach milkshake from Chick-fil-A is pretty good. Anyway,
Oh my god.
why was this released by Dot? And of course, here we have Vindy saying that Nun really, really wanted it to come out.
He
basically
did really,
on
really
Nun.
want it to come out.
I know he did, but like,
I'm not
Alright.
saying
Okay.
anything wrong. That's true. None really wanted
but
to
you
come
left
till it
out
was
the
released.
part where after the recording was done, everyone else liked it enough to release it. You only included me.
Okay.
Very suspicious.
What's the problem with that?
It's pretty
Very
sus, isn't it?
suspicious.
People
Pretty
liked
sus,
the
isn't it?
episode, so really it was a compliment to you for wanting it released.
You the imposter?
No?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He's an imposter.
Calling an emergency.
Don't call me sus again.
Sussy Baka.
Okay.
So anyway, I also like the comment by the Positiver because he's mentioning that a lot of what we were talking about sounds very similar with certain JRPG discourse, where a lot of the opinions are kind of like stuck in the 90s and 2000s and very focused on Western releases, like Dragon Quest. What's that, right?
Dude, have you seen fucking Precure discourse?
No.
At this point, I figure if you're a fan of something, you just don't have a brain, because like, oh my god, MCU discourse. Loki's ruining the world building of the MCU.
He might be.
It's like,
Greasy fuck.
what? The rat's calling someone else greasy?
He looks more like a rat than I do.
Oh my god, racial profiling now as well.
How is that racial? He's
He needs to
British.
stop. He needs to stop.
They're not a
I
race,
like
they're
how
a
Vindy
disease.
doesn't like rats being used as rat, the word
Oh
being
my-
used
he's the
offensively,
Uncle
but then he
Ruckus of
uses
rats,
against Loki like that. What the heck?
I didn't say he looked like a rat negatively. That's the kindest thing I could say about him. Now, he is British, and that's the least kind thing that
You know
you
how
can say about
toxic
anyone,
he is actually?
but-
You know what? Fuck this. You know how toxic this fucking rat man
Oh
is?
my god.
What leaves a comment that just says ReZero. Simple, to the point, haha funny. With
Yep.
even some replies by Water saying, this is it. Damn, ReZero kind of sucks. There aren't even themes, you know? And then, so this was commented first.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Then
It
later
was. It was.
Yeah. Later on, there's another comment by, I don't know, someone who needs help.
Some
So you should
sexy
sign the
rat man
petition.
who's just
Some sussy
genius.
baka rat.
He takes these ideas and just makes them better and more likable.
Steals them like the
7
rat
likes
he
to
is.
10. 7 likes
Much
to 10.
like Subaru, the Weeb Club had to start from 0.
Well, I look at it.
Plagiarism.
One's got 7 likes. One comment's got 7. One comment's got 10.
One's got
One
2
comment.
replies, which means more people care about it.
One
than-
comment
This
got.
dark
Vindy,
triad
Vindy,
guy.
Correct yourself.
Holy shit.
One comment has 11 likes.
Let's go.
What the heck? Nunmanji, you see this? This is a rebellion from our fellow white Weeb Club members, the 2 white men trying to bring us down. It's very sad.
Yeah.
Gabriel's back with his poems.
Yes, let's go.
The podcast, The Rat, Snake, and Blue Bearded Man, alongside the highly demanded Sonic the Hedgehog fan, full of
Probably not
constant
artist,
nerdy and manic degeneracy. Out of context, it sounds like an endorsement for the Confederacy. The podcast that ended before it began.
Here's my question.
Great one.
Yeah, that's a real. Gabriel Wright Dunn is doing some pretty good fucking poetry.
Doing some bangers, yeah.
all the time.
When's he releasing the book? Oh my god. Hey, you can call me cunning. That's a compliment.
Why don't you read that out, Mr. Nunn?
All right. Machiavellianism is a personality trait that denotes cunningness, the ability to be manipulative, and a drive to use whatever means necessary to gain power. I mean, Vinny's been trying to isolate us like all day and stuff. I'm just
I also
saying.
forgot that Machiavellianism.
How
is
have I been
one of
doing
the
anything
traits
all
that
day?
forms
I
the
was
dark
at the
triad.
museum.
Along-
I watched
Along
the
with
movie
narcissism and
psychopathy.
psychopathy.
Interesting.
Well, I would
Vindy.
agree. When I was downstairs earlier, I was like, man, I'm kind of a fucking psychopath. But
And he's
And with-
glorifying himself over it as well. Narcissism.
I wouldn't
With
call
all this
myself narcissistic.
fetishizing of rats, like, man,
What's wrong with fetishizing rats? Have you not seen
so
Grand
you're
Blue Rat?
fine with fetishizing racial groups? You know what? Hashtag stop Asian hate.
Rats aren't
I'm
a
tired of all
race,
these
they're a
people
species.
Trying to fetishize Asians, and here's Vindy fetishizing another race.
They're a species, not a race.
Oh, okay, all right, man.
People need to stop calling racism on things that aren't races. But look, I'll
Okay,
fetishize
racist.
this all I want.
Hollow Man says, back when the Week Club was good. Yes, I agree. The Week Club.
I don't understand this one because
I don't get it either. Well, I
this
don't
is
understand it 'cause I
before
don't know what
when
the week...
like I almost responded. I was like, when we weren't uploading.
No, but here's the thing, though.
that's what I assumed the joke was, is that, the Weeb Club was good when we weren't uploading.
No,
I
but
see,
here's
I
the
see, I
thing, though.
see.
He's talking about the Week Club. What is that?
All right, you shut the fuck up.
What? Okay.
Whoa.
What the heck?
Now who's the dark triad? Not
That's
Vindy.
true,
Let's
that's true,
pile
that's
on
true.
Craftsdwarf for an entire episode.
Okay,
Okay.
stop trying to
I'm
manipulate the
too
situation,
white to
please.
be dark.
No, but he's the white triad. But here's the thing, right?
Whoa.
Here's the thing, though. Craftsdwarf always talks about how superior he is to the rest of us, right? He made a whole ass series talking about his own points and his own content.
You know what? Craftsdwarf might have spat though, because Rave Master like mid as fuck. So maybe Craftsdwarf, who made the tirade, was like on some shit. Maybe he was smarter than current crafts. I've read 5
You
volumes.
haven't even gotten
I've read
to the
5
ceramic
volumes. No.
bandana.
I've read 5 volumes of One Hero Mashima work, and it's not great.
The toxicity I'm sensing from this. I'm so tired of it.
Why?
It's like the
Imagine
overload.
not wanting Hiro Mashima's dick all up in your mouth as soon as you
Dude,
read the first page of any of his manga.
If you're a Mashima said
Because the
bend
art in
over,
Rave
I'd
Master
fucking-
isn't
I'd-
good
I'd
at the
fucking spread
beginning.
my cheeks for
It's
that man.
not
dog, you know?
good.
Hashtag pride.
I started
month,
reading
you know?
fucking Sakamoto days because I was tired of Rave Master.
Because you're racist. This proud mangaka. with
No,
a
because I
massive
wanted
dick.
to read something enjoyable.
Okay.
Okay, shut up, Vindy. Shut up. Let's just read some more
Shut up,
comments.
I have no more comments on week 0, so we
Yeah,
can move on.
I've already clicked onto my
yeah,
epic
the-
thumbnail. God.
Okay.
By the way, guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but WattheWut have redone all the thumbnails for the Weeb Club backlog. I hope you guys like it.
Good job.
Thank you, Nun. Thank you, Nun. You know what? You are such a good friend. And, love
I
being on this
appreciate
podcast
all
with
the
you.
work.
I was
Yeah.
clapping
Thank
too,
you.
by the way.
Thank
I
you.
just don't think it was coming through on Discord.
Yeah, okay, all right. All right,
Hear it in the recording.
all right, man, okay.
Craftsdwarf, if I was clapping, if there was clapping in my audio, please record that screen. That's say Vindy clap, or just show the waveform. Put a screenshot of the waveform that shows me clapping.
Guys, trust me, I was clapping.
I was.
I gotta say, some of my favorites of the thumbnails that I've redone. By the way, I really like the Anohana one. The Anohana.
It might be the best one. It's really fucking.
You know
funny.
how long it took me to fucking get the Burger King? Because I had to recreate the shading and shit as well. It was really oh my
That's
god! Now
me
stop
clapping.
it! Stop it! You keep doing it. No one's convinced. The Bakuno one I also really like a lot.
That was really good.
I do like that one. It's funny.
The Momokuri
Why am I a
one is-
possum though, or a
The
mole?
Momokuri one's unfortunate because it comes right before the Wadaten one, and there's just 2 Craftsdwarf thumbnails in a row for the
What's
backlog.
unfortunate about that? I like Craftsdwarf.
It's just funny because it's he's in the exact same pose, similarly as well. The Gurren Lagann one, I had to I didn't know what to do for it because I knew I had to have women in the thumbnail, but I was like, oh yeah, Craftsdwarf was the only one just not feeling it. So.
But you put women in the thumbnail, but her tits are covered by a word, so it doesn't
okay,
matter.
because the last time I put tits in our thumbnail, the fucking thumbnail got removed.
Well, fair enough.
Hey Craftsdwarf,
Hi.
what do you think about this one?
I still hate you, by the way.
Phenomenal thumbnail. I don't remember when we talked about VeggieTales in that episode, but phenomenal.
It's because
Perfection.
it's Christian.
No, that's me.
Oh god, I hate you so much. This one's actually amazing. I like this one a lot. Fucking banana ice. Holy shit.
That one's also really good. Yeah.
And this one I had to do because Craftsdwarf said it so many times that it concerned me.
Why is there over twice as much incest porn as there is mind break porn? That's my question.
Some people out here need to be stopped. They need to be stopped. So many emo
More
fans, they need to be
people
put
want to have
down.
sex with their family.
Yeah. You want to stop Gun Jesus? Good luck. I
that's
dare
true.
you. I fucking
That's true.
dare
Are we
you.
gonna watch the Mahoka spin-off anime next season, boys?
We should.
I'm planning on watching season 2 so that I can.
Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah,
season
yeah.
2 happened. I haven't seen season 2 yet.
I have to watch.
Can't
season
wait
2.
to be forced to watch it with zero context on the actual.
No,
No,
that's
you
not
gotta
gonna-
watch.
no, we're not gonna
you
watch
gotta
it
watch
then.
one of the greatest
That
anime
would
ever
be on.
made.
That would be on the fucking. On the side. That wouldn't have anything to do with the.
Yeah,
Patreon
no,
poll.
you only need to watch the one that gets voted on the poll, and I deliberately didn't pick anything from a franchise.
Yeah, you can't do it, yeah.
is
Which
what I
means
was
we're not
thinking.
going to watch
Next season-
Kobayashi-san season 2, even though I
There's
kind of
also
want a
Isekai
reason to
Slime
watch
next
it.
season.
And
I'm
I mean,
watching a lot
Otome
of
game.
I've
And Otome game season.
Oh my
2?
god! Oh
all of us have seen Kobayashi, so we could have put it on there. Just saying.
Yeah, but then
Well,
we
I'm
forced
just
the
saying-
viewers to watch it.
Yeah, we gotta we were picking
Wait,
I-
was
yeah,
Love Live?
I-
Wait, did you didn't put Love Live Superstar on the poll, right?
Mostly to avoid more Love Live discourse.
Cool.
Because,
Thank you. You're
it
smart.
wasn't
Love
that
Live
good last
fans
time.
don't deserve
so-
rights.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah,
Did
and
they
our
make a new-
discussion of
did they
it
make a
wasn't
new
good last
studio?
time. So
Holy
you
shit,
know.
they did make.
There's
a new
a
studio
fucking
close
Resident
by.
I mean-
movie coming out July 8th. Pog. Sorry. Continue.
Yo, next season's kind of fire actually.
Talk
I'm
now.
gonna jerk off.
Well,
Anyway.
the one thing I like about it is that with all the most of the season 1 shows of all the new stuff, kind of, is there isn't anything like Jujutsu Kaisen or God High School that's really like stand out as like this is obviously going to get voted for.
Yeah, I feel like most of the
yeah.
standouts are second seasons, right?
God,
Because there's really 2 major second seasons that are happening.
God, I see Otome game and my penis is so hard.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about a seasonal roundup maybe next week because by then all the shows that finished will probably be done, and then the news ones
We'll do a
be
season
starting.
roundup of the new season, right? The one that people will
Yeah,
click
yeah.
on.
I mean, we could
not
just talk
the
about
old
Basically,
season,
both.
right?
We're talking the way it works out is that we're gonna talk about the ones that we're watching individually. Like
Okay.
If-
Yeah.
if we
No,
are
I know how
watching
that
it.
works. But what I was gonna say is
Well, yeah. I
Yeah.
figured we should also just talk about the ones that we did watch from the last season.
spring
too, while we're
I
at
agree
it.
with
2021. Did I watch
Craftsdwarf.
anything?
Craftsdwarf
I agree
is
with
Absolutely
Craftsdwarf.
not.
I agree
No,
with
I agree with
Nunmanji
Crafts. That's
and
okay. That's fine.
I agree with Nunmanji because Nunmanji's so smart, and because he agrees with Craftsdwarf, I agree with Craftsdwarf.
I didn't hear it because
Thank
both of
you,
you
What?
were yelling over
You're welcome,
Nunmanji.
Nunmanji.
He just said
There's
he
one more-
agrees with you. Is there a problem with that?
Oh,
Do you not
okay.
like
The
that?
hell?
I can't hear
Oh
him. You
my
guys are too
God.
loud.
This episode's
Anyway,
a shit show.
here's the last thumbnail I wanted to talk about because this one I thought real hard, and I was like, perfect representation of the balance of this episode. Because shithole fucking Vindy is the only one who like
Bro,
weird champs this, right?
Toku's
Weird champs
kind of
fucking
weird,
Toku.
champ. I don't know what you want from me.
You're so cringe.
Did he actually not like Garo versus Road?
No, I liked it.
Well,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
he's like one of those. It's like, you know, despite despite
being a
peers,
Toku, Garo
Yeah, yeah.
versus Road subverted my
That's what he-
expectations
yeah,
by
yeah, yeah.
being enjoyable.
unlike other Toku is what Vindy said. Actually, I think are the words he used.
I definitely used those words.
Yeah, you definitely did. So I think this is actually a really good representation of the episode, though. It's pretty funny.
I love that I don't have to watch any more Toku until What watches
Oh my
Gintama,
God. Oh my
which is
God.
never going to happen, so I never have to stop my
It's
meme
literally
fading
going
Toku.
to happen because
Never
I want to
happening.
finish Gintama. All right.
No, you won't.
But anyway, the reason why I mentioned that is because for the episode, for the weekly, I didn't know what to do, so I just slapped Tommy in it and Dream on the thumbnail. And it seems to have worked.
You should have used the thumbnail from Ludwig's "We Are Not Friends" video.
That is true. Could have did that, but Ludwig doesn't get as many clicks as Tommy entered a dream, so you know.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
The clicks are what the point of the mask is. So
Do you guys have any
Oh my
comments?
God! No! Oh no! I'm leaving. That's.
yeah, we haven't talked about a
I
single
need
comment.
Classes. That's.
Yeah, there's one
failing
from
all my
Raphael
classes.
Racine. Daily Lives is 100% canon.
Yeah, and you know what? So many people said that, and I promised I would leave the Weeb Clubs. This is my last episode.
Yeah, there were a
Unless
bunch
none
of
wants-
I'll
comments.
miss you, What?
Well,
About
so
it being
I guess
canon.
here's what's going to happen is next
Yeah.
week it's just going to be me and Nun because Vindy's going to get voted out. We know what's going to happen.
Oh no!
What's leaving. So it's just
Yeah.
a door discussion again.
Vote me out now, bitches. Decide again if that's what you really want.
We're now accepting
Hey,
applications
hey.
for new Weeb Club
Well,
members.
actually-
Maybe I knew this was all going to happen, planned it in advance, made sure that what
Okay,
left because it was
manipulator,
canon
Dark
and the poll
Triad.
happened.
Okay, dog. All
Ruining
right.
the Weeb Club. Can't get kicked off if what's gone.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. This is related because I saw this comment from Dot. Hopefully he didn't delete it. Yeah. This was supposed to be the one place I could go to escape people talking about Minecraft and Dream and Tommy in it. Blah, 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 blah. But no, like everything else, my life, the Weeb Club has let me down. Unsubscribe. Bring back the Dwarf discussion. I'm done with this. Well, Dot.
You're
know?
good news for you.
Well, here's also the problem: is he says bring back the dwarf discussion when like I had nothing to do with bringing up Tommy in it. I don't watch Tommy in it. That was all.
Yeah,
what
I
it
mean-
was.
This is no
Yeah,
about you.
Yeah, I don't
No.
know or care about him, so.
He's a
Well,
child.
that's the thing is like I guess it was more that here's this real life thing that or this other thing going on that you wanted to talk about
Yeah.
the topic where I mean if maybe we'd be more invested if it was anime related. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Damn,
I'm
got
just
his
saying,
ass. There's a
What the
comment
heck,
from Dot.
Vindy?
I don't know what I said. Comment from Dot. Oh wait, sorry. Was someone gonna read a comment? I
What the
apologize. No, that's fine.
No, you know what? Here's the thing. We're gonna continue this. Lime Phoenix said rats did nothing wrong. Well, according to Renru, he might have did something wrong. Too many things wrong. Vote in the poll. Vote in the petition.
Like tried to be a loving and good friend.
That's not true.
This comment
Anyway.
from Dot says nobody cares about what getting a titty mouse pad. This only worked with We're All Normies too, because the first one was the single greatest piece
Look.
of art created in our lifetime. Trying to replicate
Look.
that again with another goal
Look, they were calling my bluff.
is
They were
blasphemous
saying that
in the Church of Normies.
They were saying that I would have bought the titty mouse pad without the votes, and I have proven that I refuse to
And then
unless I get the likes.
Dot
So
said,
either
okay,
way-
I should have listened ahead. Vindy literally said exactly what I said in the episode.
Oh my
and now this
God.
comment is redundant. Hey, always trust on me to come through.
Dude, none. You see how he's avoided gaslighting Dot as well?
Yeah, pulling Dot into his schemes. Yep.
It's very sad. Poor Russian child doesn't even know what he's doing. His backwards country doesn't understand anything,
Yeah. See, he's taking advantage of the less educated. Like, what the heck?
Hey. I might be gone next week, but the week after that, this is what's happening.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Anyway.
Don Cheadle!
Can we look at the Reddit?
What's it? There's
No,
one more that we
what
have
the
to
hell?
read the poem first, at least. There goes what the what. Gonna leave the Weeaboo Club, or so he tells us. During this blazing summer, it would be quite the bummer.
Well, you know what? Thank God you guys aren't reading certain comments. It makes me feel really happy. So we're gonna we
Like
should
what?
move on to
Fucking
it.
kiss Vindy already? Goddamn it, you angry married couple. That
Well,
one?
actually, that's a good comment by Natty. That's a good comment by Natty. It's a good thing you don't know what I'm talking about. So you know what? It's good.
I don't know why. What would be mad that episode being canon? That would literally not only mean Johanna has transcended the 2D fictional realm, but that what the what is presumably romantic in a romantic relationship with her.
You know what? That brings up Blue Knight's comment then, which will come up later. But so I guess we'll save it for then. But however,
I
what
didn't
afros?
see
You can go
that
fuck
one.
yourself. You can go fuck yourself. What afros?
Oh wait, I don't.
Hey,
see his
what? Can you answer my
comment.
question? It'll only take a few seconds. If you go on my fucking Twitter that I haven't used for anything other than posting cursed videos and images, fucking Mega Graphics replied to every single fucking tweet that is still there with, "Hey, can you answer my question? Hey, can you answer my question? Hey, can you
What
answer
a
my question?"
fucking hero! I love Mega Raphic.
It's really funny, but I also want to die. So you know what?
That's so funny though.
Hey, what?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Can you answer his question?
Well, he has to DM me first, and I'll let him know in a couple weeks. As long as he doesn't ask me to be on his podcast, I think I'll be fine.
The heck? Why don't you want to be on this podcast?
I don't know, man. Variety of reasons. Oh well.
Okay.
Reddit?
Anyway, I'm ready to move on to the Reddit.
Okay, good. You guys haven't read the. Move on.
Okay, we gotta go back now. Now we gotta go back. No.
Move on. We're
I'm
ready
reading
now.
every
Dark
motherfucking
Triad.
comment.
Dark
I'm reading
Triad.
every motherfucking comment till I ruin this guy's life.
So anyway, what the fuck?
Okay, let's just move on.
Master Manipulator Vindy memes.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking
for they're
about.
being proven true. Except he's not as cool as Aizen, so I don't know what the fuck the second one is.
Might be sexier.
No, definitely not. Aizen is a sexy motherfucker created by the even sexier Taikubo, so you or no.
No, I've
Don't
known
even
from the
disrespect
moment you
his
were
name
born.
like that. Don't even disrespect Taikubo's name like that. Or Aizen's. I don't want to read this next one. Like, it's so long.
I like the punchline, and it's Journey of a Weeb, learning about Naruto and Hunter x Hunter, and then everything, all art is valid. And it's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, it just proves that the Weeb Club is the only valid piece.
What
of art.
fucking comment upsets you?
We're never gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Okay, this Titania misspelled Saiyan.
Sad.
This is a funny meme though. It's pretty funny. Tight tubo because of my messing up my words. However, this tuba is now really sexy because of it. So
Yeah, I mean that's a good
Look,
tuba.
I don't know about you guys. I might be broken, but the way the hair and the sunglasses are around like the specific part of the tuba, it looks like a girl taking her panties off, and that's a skirt.
Well, you know what?
She's got
No,
her
what
arms
the
on
heck?
I see it now, too. I see it
Crap.
now,
It's
too,
got the
actually.
thigh gap in the middle of there with the black part.
No, I understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
I was gonna call the tuba a curvy bitch, and you still said something weirder.
I don't know how I saw that. I
It
just
is
did. I'm
created
like,
by
what the fuck?
Taikubo as well, so it is spawned from him. That's all I'm saying.
The next one is really fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem.
Yeah. What's up?
I would never want to share Yohane with WattheWut.
Yeah, you,
Oh!
you want to share me with your
Dark
honey.
Triad.
No, it's not about. No, here's what you don't understand. It's not about what I feel for Yohane. It's about what you feel for Yohane.
Mhm.
That's why
I'm telling you, it's literally it's a JoJo reference, you know? Vindy's super into me and he can't help it. I understand. You know? What is this? I didn't listen to
Oh
it.
my god,
What-
phenomenal video. Phenomenal.
what is
Best
it?
thing on
Hold
the Reddit this week. It's my vote for best thing on the Reddit this year. Nothing can
Let me
top
look at
it.
it, actually. What is it?
It's amazing. It's amazing. 10 out of 10.
Watching it right now. Hold on.
The video that he puts over it is timed so well with what it is. Phenomenal.
Okay, we're done.
Anyway.
No.
Yeah, we're done with the
No,
Reddit.
Yeah, no, we're done.
there's
Let's
one more.
move on.
The-
to
Oh, yeah,
the-
no, it's
well, yeah, I guess.
No,
This
yeah.
meme
Yeah,
is,
we're done.
not good.
It's not
Yeah.
good? Yeah, okay.
Guys, pedophile memes are not funny. Stop it.
It's kind of overplayed, yeah.
They're not
I
funny.
say-
The
Well,
new
I'll just say what I typed out, which is like, look, the pedophile meme part kills it, because I actually think the body horror part is funny as fuck.
Yeah. If it was just that, it'd be
If it was
hilarious.
just like the body horror,
Listen,
it's actually like
guys
fucking hysterical.
are stupid. The new meta is racist Craftsdwarf and old man Craftsdwarf.
And
so
Dark
really it's
Triad
just old man
Vindy.
Craftsdwarf and Dark Triad Vindy, right? Pedophile jokes are no longer on the meta. They're gone. Stop it.
Yeah. That was season 1 Weeb Club. We're season 2 now. We're more evolved.
You guys are like the fucking brawl players trying to fucking come in and fucking try and play Smash or something. Please stop.
What?
Okay. All right. Anyway, so the topic for this week, I did have the idea, but Vindy, you had a really good reason why we should do it, so I want you to introduce
You can
it.
steal it.
Okay,
the
so
reason.
what I was talking about, because Crowdsurf came up with the idea, but before that I was talking about how like I think that it's a good idea
that's it.
for the Weeb Club because the weekly, the weekly is kind of what we expect people, in 6 months who get into the Weeb Club, they're not going to watch every seasonal, they're not going to watch every single thing we've ever done, stream we've done, talking about, talk about, our views on art and our things with anime and our history with it and stuff. And so I kind of want to use some of these early weeklies, especially because we're not even at 10 yet, right? To kind of like lay some groundwork. And also because there are people who I think still don't know some of this stuff because we haven't really talked about it like all in one place. So I think some of these early weeklies might be dedicated more to like laying like a foundation that we move off of with like, maybe our favorite things or things we really like, or like the topic of this one is how we all got into anime and when. And so that'll be kind of that'll be what the topic of this episode is how we got into anime and when. And since Nun says I'm trying to seize power, even though Craftsdwarf told me to introduce the topic, Nun, you go
You
first.
manipulated
Whatever,
him
man.
into
You go first.
arriving at the decision.
You go first.
No, I go first. I go first on the picks, so it doesn't make sense. I go first here too. It does not make sense. I do not want to go first right now. Okay.
All right, I'll go first. We'll just go into like Weeb Club rating things order, I guess, or y'all can figure it out after I go. Okay, so I actually did a whole video on this on my side channel a little while ago. It was it's the one with the Daily as a High School Boys thumbnail. But just to kind of summarize it, I guess, is I felt like because like I was thinking about it, it's like how do you define getting into anime, right? Because like I would say I got into anime in 2012. Because that's when I decided to start watching seasonals. I started to watch a bunch of like really notable or important shows like Evangelion. Madoka was really popular the previous year, so I decided to watch it. Right, but I'd been reading manga for quite a while, and I had watched some anime like Gurren Lagann. And of course, but to go back to the beginning. The Big Bang happened, and Hideaki Anno invented Neon Genesis Evangelion, the first anime.
Yes, let's go.
And no, anyway.
Hideaki Anno is so powerful.
I like the delayed laughter, Vindy. Like I had said, it was like a couple seconds after I
It
finished.
was a slow burn for me to really think about it and realize how funny that is.
Yeah, you have to understand. He had to think.
Calling
real
it
hard
the
to
Big
understand what we're
Bang
talking about.
is so fucking funny. I can't.
Well, anime fans pretend that Anno invented anime with Evangelion, but anyway.
But he did.
Well, because like even before I even watched or read any manga or anime, I feel like Power Rangers being a loose adaptation of Super Sentai kind of like laid a foundation for me liking, this kind of media, right? Just because it's inspired from Super Sentai, so it makes sense that some aspects of it are still there. But I guess my first anime and manga was Pokemon, I think. I don't remember seeing another anime before Pokemon, and my first manga was The Electric Tale of Pikachu, which I bought in the little flip reversed comic. Like they were published on bigger pages and with the like the floppy comic books kind of instead of like a manga volume. So Pokemon was. Then I did watch quite a few others that would have been on Saturday Morning and Toonami at the time. Dragon Ball. Sailor Moon I watched a couple episodes of. Cubics I found out was anime like years later.
Yo!
Like, wait, well, this is okay.
Cubics,
Because, I didn't recognize it as anime necessarily, right? Like, it was animation and, Dragon Ball was special, right? Like, I really liked it at the time. Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched the first episode and it was literally the best thing I'd ever seen in my life. I loved it and immediately fell in love with the series. There's other fighting Foodons. What are some other? Beyblade. There's just a lot, and it's hard to remember all of them. But when I got into anime, like with subtitles, that was like in 2006. It was One Piece, which I did really like, even from the 4Kids stuff, or I was really interested in it. And then I found out about censorship, and then I just kind of went, "Oh wow, that's weird and sucks." But at that point, I just decided to start watching it on YouTube, and that was the first time I really watched subtitled anime.
Oh, never mind. Actually, well, I have a question for you because I think
I know. Go ahead.
Because I'm not completely positive on this, but I think this is something that like I want to ask everyone because I think it's actually like really interesting. So how old were you when you like first started watching like subbed anime? I guess
I would have been about 15, so mid-teens. But also funny story is that I was watching subbed anime and I didn't have audio. Because my computer speakers were broken, and I didn't know you could just plug earbuds into your computer. So I watched most of the first like 250 episodes of One Piece without audio.
That is such a Craftsdwarf thing to say.
I mean,
it's in the basement
honestly,
order. It's in the basement order.
Exactly. No, that's where the joke comes from in my basement order of One Piece, which was literally just how I got into One Piece. Like that's the joke. This is literally how I became someone who deeply loves One Piece. Is I got into it in this really broken and fucked up way. When like looking back, like I literally I dropped Skypiea like 2 or 3 times, twice in the anime and once in the manga or something like that, and I didn't finish it until I owned it all in manga. I don't think it was either that or I remember watching the Funimation dub as it was coming out, and some uncut episodes were getting uploaded from when it was airing in Australia because it stopped airing in America. So I just watched a bunch of the arc in the Funimation dub. So it's like it took a while for me to actually finish Skypiea, but I was still like keeping up with the manga since chapter 408, 407 in that range, Enia's Lobby, because I remember seeing the spoiler images before the chapter was translated for Monster Chopper. Right, so that's really when I got into anime and manga. It was through One Piece. And then I was reading more manga, like I read 20th Century Boys, Karakuri Circus, Liar Game, Vinland Saga, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like I was reading a few manga at the time. Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm pretty sure I read. And then eventually but I didn't really get into anime, like I said, until 2012. And so I guess that about sums up how I got into anime. Someone else can go unless you guys have questions.
What would be me now? Okay.
Well, here's my question for you, Craftsdwarf. Do you remember? Cause like did you ever get the Cubics thing from like Burger King or something where like they gave you like a whole ass like I had like a VHS for some reason that had like I was like promotional material for fucking Cubics. Did you ever see those?
I don't remember the VHSs, but now that you mention it, I do remember. I think there were some toys that you could like collect them all and you can combine them into cubics, and I had like a couple of those, but not all of them, so I could never make cubics.
Yeah, I actually got it.
I think I did get some other toy, or my brother did, and I also played the N64 game for cubics. It was like an RPG thing. I just remember we rented that and I beat it. Holy shit! My brain.
Yeah, it's like because you mentioned cubics, and I remember I had like the cubit like that thing, and that I never actually saw the show. I just got the fucking toys, right? So like
Okay. And I guess one last thing before we move on is because since I got into anime in 2012, like I remember watching a bunch of seasonals from that. So I have like a lot of nostalgia for like 2012 and to a lesser extent 2013 anime, because that's when I got into anime. I was very like I would just watch shit. Like, I don't know what that is. That seems slightly interesting. I'll watch it, or I'll catch up to shit because it's getting a sequel season. Like, that's why I ended up watching Hinamari Sketch, because the fourth season aired in fall of 2012. And so I'm like, okay, I'm interested in this. I'll watch all the other 3 seasons for the new one. And so, I don't know, like, Eureka 7, I watched because Astral Ocean, or Owl, I think, I forget, I think Astral Ocean.
Yeah, Owl, it's Owl or Astral Ocean, it's either or.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I was trying to remember. I wrote Jormungand, Upat, like, Joshiraku was summer. Like, Space Brothers was a really notable one for me because I really liked it from the beginning, and I watched it weekly for like 2 years because it ran for almost 100 episodes. Yeah, exactly. So when that one ended, I felt really like sentimentally and strongly about it because it was like, here's the seasonal anime that I was watching for literally 2 years, right? And it was from my first season. It was spring 2012 when I got into it, right? Technically, I mean, I did catch up to Daily Lives of High School Boys, which was winter 2012. But there wasn't much that in winter that interested me, and I got in really late in that season. But so spring, I was there from the start with that one, so that's when I really consider my first season, so to speak. Sorry, I just wanted to finish because that's when I really got into anime and started watching a bunch of shit. So yeah.
What do you remember?
Nice.
Was Yu-Gi-Oh still like? Would you say Yu-Gi-Oh was your favorite from when you were a kid, or was there like another one?
I guess to talk about like general favorites, like when I was a kid, it's kind of a slurry because I really liked Power Rangers, Rugrat, like as Rugrats, Toy Story, Small Soldiers, which and like what were some other favorites from the time period? I don't remember, but there was a lot, and it kind of phased in and out. Kids, Pokemon was a big one, Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh. And then I think after that it was I don't think I had anything specific until One Piece. Okay. And then One Piece has been my favorite thing since like for 15 years. So it's like, okay, well, so yeah,
you're a psycho. Okay, I guess I'm next because
go for it.
I'm next in the order. Okay, so I need to preface this. There are 2 or 3 things I'm going to say in here that are ridiculously, insanely cringe. Just remember, for all of them, I was younger than 15, okay?
Okay. So younger than I was when I got into subtitle anime, basically.
So, okay, like, I mean, obviously I had some, watching as a kid, but part of it was that, like, my mom, for some reason, didn't want us watching, like, Cartoon Network when I was a kid. So most of what I watched was, like, Disney Channel, right? Which doesn't have much anime. But, like, I mean, I watched Pokemon, and I probably watched some other things, but I didn't know that it was, like, anime, right? It was like from Japan or anything at the time. I think I remember watching some Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe some I don't even know what the hell else would have been on TV. But the big one, the first one I remember, like, I would like sneak watch fucking Cartoon Network to watch this shit was goddamn Naruto. Like, I was so fucking into Naruto as a kid. Here's the first cringe thing. Me and like some friends in elementary school would like play. Like, we would do, like, fake Naruto battles on the playground. Right?
Oh!
Like, we would be, like, on the playground, doing, like, fucking, like, hand signs. But we didn't know the hand signs, so we just, like, mash our hands together and then say jutsu names.
So, Vindy, that's not really... I did the same thing in elementary school, just it was with, like, Pokemon and Dragon Ball. Right?
Yeah, but, it sounds cringe as fuck to say. But, yeah, like...
I mean, I did the same thing.
I don't think so.
We did, like, fake, Naruto battles. Like, I was really into it. I remember watching... I think I've talked about this before. I remember watching the episodes to Sasuke Retrieval And I mean, I saw definitely like every episode because I would watch it anytime it was on. Maybe not all in order, but you know, you're able to like piece the story together, right? When you're like, you know, 9 years old, even if you see it out of order, I'm able to put together when things were happening.
And they'll give you like you'll start the episode and it'll start with like a little preview of, or you know, it'll go through some older footage just to catch you up.
Like I remember the episode in Sasuke Retrieval when they first, and it's so funny because every time when both times I've read the manga and I've gotten to the scene, it like the moment plays in my head where like they're jumping across the trees. It's like right when they first leave the village, right? And they're going and they realize they're being followed, or they realize that the Sound 5 like know that they're there, and so they decide to like split up, right? But it's like the entire group in Sasuke Retrieval being together. I was watching that like late as fuck at night, not like super late, but it was probably like 9:30.
Past when your bedtime normally
when my
would have been,
bedtime
right?
was,
Yeah.
And I remember my mom opened the door and I'm sitting there watching fucking Naruto, and I got in trouble for that. But I remember like going over to a friend's house who had recorded Naruto versus Sasuke 1, and we sat down and watched it. Like I was super into Naruto. I loved that shit. But then they were cringe, and when Shippuden started, like I probably would have watched Naruto honestly up through when it ended and been into anime from then, right? But Naruto Shippuden was on Disney XD, which was only on like was only on like TVs with like cable boxes, which was only our downstairs TV. And my dad was such a fucking maniac for sports that he would watch whatever was on. That guy would watch the Tour de France every day, all day. Would just have the goddamn Tour de France on. You think I'd be able to come down and say, Dad, I want to watch fucking Naruto? Hell no. So I stopped watching Naruto then. And I didn't watch any anime again. Because like then it was like I started playing a lot of like video games and not watching as many shows. And then the next time I watched it, I was in 8th grade. And, okay, so when I was in 8th grade, it was a mixture between, like, I was at, like, a summer camp and I heard some kids talking about anime. And I still remember the two main anime they talked about. I checked out one of them. I still haven't watched the other one, but I want to because I've seen one clip that's, like, super fucking funny and insanely cool. Not cool, but it's hot. Okay, so one of the anime they talked about was SAO, which I did watch. The other one was Guilty Crown. And the scene from Guilty Crown is when that fucking girl is piloting the mech and she presses the button with her ass. Let me see if I can find this.
Yeah.
I know the one. Yeah.
She's not piloting the mech. She's like
I don't know what the fuck
like
it
hacker
is.
lady. She's a hacker lady, is what it is.
Here it is.
That's even better.
I found it. If you haven't seen this,
into it, yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah, she's hacking into it.
Yeah, and it's super great. It's 10 out of 10.
All I know about is that like a certain episode aired on.
Watch this 30-second clip.
I've already seen it.
Okay.
Everyone's seen it.
Something about like the main character becoming like, a supremacist on Holocaust Memorial Day was when the episode aired, which is really funny.
Yeah, it's also, but it has like I think my favorite Hiroyuki Sawano score. So that's even more unfortunate because it's really bad.
I do want to watch the show one day just because it's like infamous. It's like it's one of those shows like I fucking hate Guilty Crown. Dropped. I can't wait for the next episode. Like that's how I remember getting it like vicariously from 4chan, watching it as it aired, and then talking about it after the fact. So even though I never watched it myself.
Right. Well, and so
imagine.
Oh, sorry. No.
Imagine like Code Geass, but stupider. Right?
Oh my god, it sounds amazing.
None would be like that's all shows though.
But like not as
True?
based, right? So it's stupider but not as based, if that makes sense, right? That's what Guilty Crown is.
Yeah, but they mentioned Guilty Crown, but I didn't even watch SAO then. I remember keeping the name of the show like somewhere deep in the far recesses of my brain, right? But then I didn't watch any anime, and then and this is the most cringe part, and so I need this to be prefaced with I have grown up from this. I would never stoop this low ever again in my life.
No. I'll make you feel better after you say it. Don't worry.
But then when I was in 8th grade, there was a cute girl in one of my classes, and she was really into anime.
Oh no!
And again, like my interest had been piqued in anime a little bit. beforehand, right? Like I mentioned, like at the summer camp, they'd mentioned SAO and Guilty Crown, and so my interest was like kind of peaked in anime.
Real quick, this will tilt my what I'm gonna say as to whether it's oh, it's embarrassing, or well, it's not that embarrassing. It wasn't a white woman.
Yeah.
Definitely was.
Okay, so we were friends.
100%.
Yeah, it's a white woman.
We were friends and we were talking.
Yeah, cringe.
I was 14. We were friends and we were talking, and she had mentioned it, and I remember because specifically she mentioned Naruto, and I mentioned I fucking loved Naruto as a kid, but I hadn't seen any of it since. And she told me I should watch FMA, but they said to watch 2003 first. So I watched FMA 2003.
Well, yeah.
No, it's not good. But
then you have to watch it first, though.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
And then I watched all of Naruto. I just watched it all in 8th grade. I watched it subbed though. No, I watched it dubbed. I know I watched it dubbed. Because
dubbed anime?
Because the reason I know I watched it dubbed is because part of the reason I didn't keep watching Shippuden was when I got to that, I was like, wait, there's more episodes out in subbed than dubbed, so I should watch it subbed. But then it was I was watching it and it was subbed Naruto's voice, and I was this isn't bad, but all the attachment that I have is to dubbed Naruto, right? Mm-hmm. And there were flashback scenes playing, and I remember thinking at 14, I was I bet I would enjoy this a lot more if this was the Naruto voice that I'd heard for 200 episodes, right? But I didn't want to wait for episodes to come out, and I also didn't want to go back and rewatch the whole show. So I stopped some point during Gara retrieval.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Fake fan. See, I think I ran into that same thing where I was watching the dub, but there was no more dubbed episodes, so I actually did switch to sub. I think that's what happened. And unlike you, I actually watched it.
You filthy animals are watching dubs.
And then and so then, whatever. I stopped watching Naruto and kind of just didn't do anything with it, except for I also played a shit ton of Ninja Storm 2 because there was a demo. Because when you're a kid, right, and because okay, so Craftsdwarf, you're not gonna understand this, right? This is gonna blow your mind, right? But no, you're actually not, because I don't think this is something that you would think about doing as a kid. But when I was a kid, right, or not a kid, but when I was a teenager, right? So when I had my 360, and I was
there weren't video games when I was a kid.
No, shut up. Let me fucking explain, Craftsdwarf. And I was 12, 13, right? You have no money, you can't buy games, but there are online demos for games that you can download and play. So I know there were demo discs and shit, but I could just download demos to my console of games. So I did that for so many fucking games. And one of the demos I kept coming back to was the demo for Ninja Storm 2. And I know it was Ninja Storm 2 because the demo was of the training fight between Naruto, Sakura, and Kakashi, right? And I did this even before I watched Naruto, because I remember when I started watching Shippuden and I watched that fight, I was oh my god, I've played this fight. I know what happens. And so, whatever. So I played a bunch of Ninja Storm 2, so I liked Naruto, but then I just never really touched it again until I ended up reading it way later. And then I watched SAO, and I watched Attack on Titan my freshman year of high school, because Attack on Titan was really big in my high school when it came out. A bunch of kids were watching it. A kid who didn't even watch animes who told me to watch it, right? And I remember I first watched SAO subbed because the dub wasn't out. Then SAO came out on Netflix dubbed, and I rewatched it dubbed. Then SAO 2 came out subbed, and I watched it subbed. Then it came out dubbed, and I watched it dubbed. So I've seen season 1 and 2 of SAO 3 times.
Important
wow,
question.
You liked SAO enough to do that, but not with Naruto. Okay.
Question.
Well, it's 25 episodes.
Question.
Yes.
Vinny, this is really important
to
answer. Were there kids walking around with the fucking shithole Attack on Titan?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Did you shove them into the locker?
No. I just thought it was cringe. Okay. But then I watched Attack on Titan season 1.
Real quick. So it's not as embarrassing as watched anime for a white woman, but I did I was reading the Naruto manga, but I started at part 2. I started with Kakashi Gaiden. I literally didn't actually go through the Search for Tsunade arc or the end of the Chunin exams or any of the rest of part 1 until I reread it for the Nen show.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
It's still not as bad as watching anime for a white
Sasuke, and I also, the cringiest part is I thought Sasuke was a bad character until I reread it for the Nen show. Gee, I wonder why. I didn't have the fucking context for his character. I didn't drop it until I think the Kage Summit, so I literally read most of like part 2 aside from the war.
Craftsdwarf, let's be fair. People with context also don't like Sasuke.
Yeah, I know, but
so that's not even like a
okay.
It's not even like an L for you to hate Sasuke because like, you know, every child one day hates Sasuke. I hated Sasuke, you know.
No, it's an L to hate Sasuke ever.
Okay, but it's not as
I mean,
okay,
Crafts is less of an L because like, yeah, if you read part 2 or only watched part 2, I don't even know how you'd perceive Sasuke at that point. Like that's so alien to think about.
I kind of knew what happened in between, obviously, but like I hadn't actually read it or watched it. So, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Still not as much of an L as
okay, shut up. So then anyway, I didn't watch any anime after that. For like I didn't think it was like cringe or hate it, right? Or think people who watched it were cringe. It was just like I was doing other things in high school. I was watching a lot of other shows. I watched some really cringe shit in high school, not for girls, but just like I was like interested in it because like I was in like drama. I fucking watched Supernatural, Doctor Who, and Sherlock in high school.
The Tumblr trio,
like that was cringe. But I was like in drama in high school, and that was like the shit everyone like everyone was talking about it, right? Not just the girls, like the girls and the guys were all talking about it.
Kid,
and a band kid,
Oh god.
And so
I didn't know band kids made manipulators.
Well, you know what? Band kids, you know,
band kids are the scum of the earth. They're the scum of the earth.
They're disgusting. I hate them.
Although, does it count as being a band kid if everyone in band, including the directors, hated me?
Yes.
Not hated me because I was too much of a band kid, but because I was Mexican. A piece. No. Because I was a piece of shit and I would like derail marching practice just like by doing stupid bullshit.
That still sounds like a band kid thing to do. Like, I don't understand what's changing about this.
No, because what you don't understand is that band kids care a lot about, like real band kids care a lot about band and would never derail band practice. But I did it. I got kicked out of band practice. I got kicked out of like rehearsal constantly. They kicked my ass out fucking 24/7 because I didn't give a fuck. I just liked playing the trombone. But no, okay, so and then I didn't touch it at all until way later. I had one of my really good friends in high school who I don't talk to anymore. We had kind of a falling out recently. He was really into anime, and my brother had gotten into anime. My brother really only watched sports anime. But they were talking about anime a lot. And I remember telling them, I was like, okay, you know, I want to try to watch anime and get into it. But I don't know even like where to start, right? Like, give me 3 shows to watch. Like, you know, it was like both of y'all pick one, and then each of y'all pick one like individually or something, right? It was like how it worked out. It was like what I said to them, right? So then the 3 shows I watched that were like my real primers when I was like, you know, like 17, maybe 18, were I think it was 17, were Baccano, Madoka Magica, and Gurren Lagann.
Okay, and see, those are like you can definitely see like the tiers to it, right? Where it's like, okay, first you're watching on TV, then you're watching like normie stuff, but it's like, you know, popular you know, like Attack on Titan, right? And then you're watching like the stuff that, you know, online anime fans really know about and is super popular in those circles, but it's not quite like normie, right? Like Madoka, Baccano, right?
And then from there, once I watched those, like I just started watching like everything. I get my grubby little paws on. So
and they are paws.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
And they are paws.
So
why don't you give yourself pause and just shut up?
Pause.
Oh god.
So mine was kind of long, but I think it's because it was like for me it was like a lot of like kind of into it, not into it, kind of into it, not into it. You know what I mean? Like it was like very like an off and on relationship until I fully committed.
Yeah. When did you get into manga?
That was so I got into anime starting with my senior year of high school, like going into my senior year of high school, like the summer before, maybe a little bit before that. I remember both with part 2 of Gurren Lagann and with season 2 of Haikyuu, I watched all night and then had to go to school the next day. But I think with Haikyuu, I was senior year, so I just skipped class that day. I just didn't go to school. I was like, I'm going to go to sleep. But that would, the Haikyuu one was because I had to drive my sister to school, and she came in my room to tell me to leave, and I was watching Haikyuu actively. So I dropped her off and then came home and slept. But manga was a year later. The first manga I think I ever read, actually, it was either Onani Master Kurosawa or it was Dr. Stone when Dr. Stone had 9 chapters out.
Okay, interesting.
Those were definitely the first 2. And then I read One Piece. But One Piece, I would read like a saga at a time. So I read like everything before Alabasta, then took a break for a little bit. Then I read Alabasta, then took a break for a little bit. Then I read, and in between those, I would read other things. But it was like after like Alabasta, I think, I ended up reading all of Naruto. And it was really my first year of college. Because I would be in class and be bored, and so I started reading manga. And then it just turned into a thing where I was just reading a shit ton of manga. Like the end of my first semester, around finals week, was when I read all of Ippo. That was when I caught up to One Piece. I read Naruto. I read all the Fukumoto manga that spring. Like, I just read a shit ton of manga my first year of college, and then it just kind of stuck from there. And like, ever since
was
then,
that relative to you getting in the BSA for a timeline?
This guy.
Did I join the BSA
curious.
in 2018? It was 2018, right? Or was it 2019?
2018. 2019 is when we started the Weeb Club.
Okay, so my first semester of college was fall of 2017. So
Okay.
I was still relatively new-ish to manga. But at that point, I'd been watching anime for like 2.5 years at that point. And when I was watching like anime, like watching, especially my senior year of high school, I mean, I watched like all of Code Geass in like a day back then. Like, I would just like sit down and watch a show and watch like 20, 30 episodes in a day and not give a fuck.
See, it's so weird, and maybe it is because I'm decrepit, an old man, but I didn't get into watching anime, like I said, until like I was like 21, 22. Like
21.
So that's, that would be just relative to you, like third year college, right? Or give or take.
Well, I'm 22 now, so
right. So basically, like, but I've also been like, it's been, I got into it like 9 years ago, so it's just like,
right.
Anyway, keep going, or if you're done.
No, I mean that's it. Yeah, just kind of how
you were
happened
done, right? Yeah. Okay.
I'll be last.
Okay, I'll go. So I first got into anime from like both my dad and my brother watched anime. Like mostly like Dragon Ball and Naruto. I did have like vague memories of Yu Yu Hakusho, but I didn't know what it was for the longest time because like, I wasn't on the internet. So like, to me, it seems like this mysterious, like, oh, what is this? I just knew, like, you knew what Yusuke looked like, but like I didn't know what his name was or how to find him at all.
And even if you did get on the internet, like, how are you gonna like find it? Like, what were the keywords you would have searched, right? Like,
green guy. Like, I don't know. I only found out who Yusuke was in this like random IGN thing that had like, I don't know why they were talking about Yu Yu Hakusho or something, but he was on there. I was like, I know that guy, and and it was like, I mean, my guess as to why I recognized him was like I was so young that I couldn't understand what I was watching at all, but like I guess my dad was watching Yu Yu Hakusho or something, and like I just subconsciously remembered Yusuke. They were super into it, so I watched it on TV. Sometimes like I would get on the computer and like watch episodes, but it was mostly on TV at that point, and so I watched Dragon Ball, Pokemon. I probably saw One Piece around. Yeah, I did. Actually, yeah, I did. It was definitely the less watched one of everything I watched.
Can I
like to the point where I didn't even know what it was about. What's your question?
So when you were watching it, like at young age, did you know that it was anime at the time, or was it just like cartoons, right? Or did you know like it was made in Japan and was at least?
I feel like I knew
it
was
different.
anime. I feel like I knew it was anime relatively early. I didn't know Pokemon was anime. That was definitely one that I didn't know, but I might have known the other things were anime.
Well, what I was gonna say is like, because the difference between you and me and Vindy is that like we got we got into it just watching it on TV, where you had older people around you also watching it, which I don't think was necessarily true in our cases, right? So it makes sense that you would have people who already knew that. So even though you were younger, you might have found out that way, right? But anyway, keep going. Just something I thought of. Anyway, keep going.
So yeah, I didn't know what One Piece was. I thought like this is what I thought because I watched the episode where Bellamy was like beating up Luffy the whole episode, and then like it was obviously because Luffy couldn't fight back because of his promise to Nami. So like later on he eventually like beats him in one hit. So like that, just seeing that episode just made me think the entirety of One Piece was about this guy who always gets beat up at first, but then he wins later. Like, I didn't know it was about pirates.
Well,
I didn't. I just thought he just gets.
I mean, that does happen in every arc, right? Like that is literally the One Piece formula.
I mean, kind of, but like that's obviously a very exaggerated example where he's like,
it's not like
literally
just, like,
not fighting back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Like, I just don't understand how I saw that's probably the only episode that made me think that, but it just stuck with me in that way. Like, I guess with both like One Piece and Yu Yu Hakusho, I just had it's like very subconscious things about them because I was just so young when I saw it. Like I was probably like I want to say 7, maybe. Yeah, probably like 7, really. At least for you, Hakusho, but like 8 for like maybe One Piece and stuff. So yeah, like I just saw it on TV. My dad and brother were into it. I would keep up with Dragon Ball and Naruto on TV. I don't think I managed to catch every episode generally, and I know that like when I ended up having to go to my grandparents' house, and these particular grandparents didn't have like cable or anything. Like they had antenna TV or whatever. So I couldn't keep up with the shows when I was over there, and the time that the times that I was there, it just happened to be the most like hype stuff going on. Like I was there when Sasuke retrieval was going on, and I was there when like Goku versus Cell was going on, like the Cell arc, like the most like hype stuff.
That would have
as
been
a kid.
Dragon Ball Kai, right? Or no?
I'm not sure.
Because those were like in my memory, Dragon Ball was like over by the time Naruto was really like starting, and let alone Sasuke retrieval. So I would assume Dragon Ball Kai, but this.
I definitely watched Dragon Ball Z.
Was around when Sasuke retrieval was happening.
Because it might have just been reruns.
See, I mean, maybe
Ball
there's different
Kai,
instances.
I mean, Dragon Ball Kai started in 2009, and I think Shippuden was already going by then, but I can look.
Well, when was it airing? Because Dragon Ball ended airing in America in
Shippuden started in 2007. So it was probably reruns of Dragon Ball. Shippuden
it could have been reruns.
But I mean, you're still excited in watching it. My question is, when you were watching Sasuke retrieval or Cell arc, were you watching still with them, or were you just watching on your own, but you knew that they had also watched it and like?
I mean, we would watch like together sometimes, but most of the time I would go out of my way to watch it myself. Yeah, like I just would always try to catch everything, and I just remember seeing like Cartoon Network ads for like Naruto, and like back when they used to do this like bobblehead thing in their commercials. I still have the like image of Naruto as a bobblehead in their ads. I wouldn't know how to find it. I never tried to find it, but maybe I could find it. But yeah, so like after that, I got into watching anime like on the computer, because like even during like the start of me getting into anime, I was aware that I could like watch it on the computer, but I didn't really have to. But like after I started missing things, I kind of had to go find it, and I don't know how I actually found websites to watch, but I didn't ever do the like YouTube rips of anything.
Oh, you didn't watch things in 3-part uploads because YouTube had a 15-minute episode or video limit?
No, I didn't use it. I mean, like, when I used YouTube for like anime stuff, it was like for anime like openings and like just
you didn't
songs
try to make
from
playlists
shows.
with all the episodes in them and had to replace the episodes as YouTube kept taking them down?
I mean, like,
just me?
I know I have been on there for like I probably have watched like an episode or something on there, but I know I definitely didn't like super try to watch series that way.
Yeah,
But like
no,
I do have a
ridiculous.
memory of doing
Who would ever do that?
Yeah, I fucking wonder, dude. Some kind of psychopath.
Sorry, keep going.
The first website I found to watch anime was DBZ Zone, which even though the name has DBZ in it, had like a bunch of other anime and cartoons in general there. So I was watching like Dragon Ball there, like from the start of Z, because I didn't go back to Dragon Ball just yet. And I started Naruto from the start to watch it, and I was watching both of those. I watched Blue Dragon on there, which Cartoon Network used to air. Yeah, I never even finished it though.
I forgot that got an anime adaptation because I remember when the game came out, I was like, "Oh, hey, look, it's designs by Toriyama," and because it was 2006, I was in high school back then, but I just I didn't play it or anything. But okay.
So yeah, I was watching it on DBZ Zone, and eventually I don't think it was because DBZ Zone went down yet, but for some reason I ended up switching sites to like this site that's called like Naruto Get, but like when you switch over to another show, it's called like One Piece Get. So yeah, I was watching anime on there, and that's when I was actually at that point I was actually keeping up with like new episodes that were coming out. Actually no, I might have mixed up the timeline. Because I know when I got into watching Naruto as it was coming out, I was using like an official website, like Viz's website or something. I don't know. I don't think they officially put episodes on there, but like I know there was a point where they did put episodes, and that was like when I ended up kind of having to watch in sub, because I think I did catch up at some point. I want to say I caught up around like a filler arc where Naruto was fighting that like red-haired chick, and like I just remember he kissed her.
What? Naruto's fucking a player since when?
But like it turns out that she's like actually just like she's just her hair or something. I don't fully remember like what the twist was, but it's like
okay, I gotta
she
watch
wasn't
these
actually
Naruto
like how
films.
she appeared. So yeah,
Naruto's
there was
getting
that.
his dick wet, and there's a bitch who's just hair. I gotta watch it now.
And like
Vindy
at a
would
certain point,
be interested in Naruto kissing hair and getting all
Shut
up his mouth.
up!
and-
Shut up!
Imagine.
Look, you set it up. I had to. Anyway,
banned.
keep going then.
Vindy hair jokes are still in the meta, by the way.
Look,
at a certain point, I would just like switch around between websites a lot. So there was a time period where I was using Hulu, so I'd watch like Sonic X because that was there. I watched Ronan Kenshin because that was there. Back then I knew it as Samurai X because that's what I think that's what it was called on there. Or
I that sounds like the localized title.
Yeah,
Sort of.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I forgot about it for a while after I watched it and never like
Were you
recognized
watching
this was a
Inuyasha
story
at this
that
time period?
Oh yeah, yes, I was watching Inuyasha. I did see Inuyasha on Adult Swim before, so that's why I watched it on Hulu as well. But I was watching Inuyasha. I was watching a lot of stuff on Hulu. This Hulu was when I first like actually started watching One Piece. And One Piece was something that even my brother didn't really like touch that much. But for me, watching One Piece and watching it like every day on the computer, and like the computer we had at the time was like in the open, so like he could always like see what I was watching. So me watching it eventually made him watch it, and so like that's how he got into One Piece, because I was watching it. And I finally knew what One Piece actually was, so that was cool.
He didn't get beat up by that Sea King. That's weird.
Yeah.
Well,
I know I caught up to One Piece.
So I guess close enough.
True.
Sorry.
I know I almost caught up to One Piece. Actually, no, I did catch up to One Piece.
You said you watched Dressrosa, so I assumed you watched it.
I mean, yeah, I did catch up, but I was trying to think of like how fast I caught up to One Piece. I'm pretty sure it was over summer breaks that I caught up to like the whole thing. I just don't remember exactly what point in the story I started watching weekly. I mean, it was definitely some point before the New World that I caught up.
Okay.
I just don't remember exactly where.
Damn, you were watching it for a while then. It sounds like, because if you caught up before the New World and then you watched Dressrosa, like that's not you were watching weekly that whole time.
I was definitely watching weekly in Fishman Island, but
Okay.
I feel like I was caught up a little bit before that too. But like at Fishman Island, I know for sure I was watching that weekly. And I got into Fairy Tail as well around somewhere around this time period.
Yeah.
And like I don't remember if I had that many like friends who were into anime, but I know that like I feel like I remember having a conversation with someone about like Naruto coming on Disney XD. And like I also eventually had like a conversation with my friend about like this person was like someone who's like my best friend at some point, and I didn't talk to him for a little bit because I guess we just didn't have like the same classes and stuff, but like eventually when I talked to him, he told me about how he was getting into Naruto, so I guess I must have mentioned it at some point because he brought it up when we were like he just brought it up randomly. He was like saying how he was watching it. I think he said he was watching it subbed as well. So yeah, that was cool. And I think I remember like I feel like I don't know why I remember this. I think being around the time that I like you know how there's the Naruto run, like, you know, you put your arms behind your back. I remember doing that.
Let's fucking go.
But like like I stopped around at some point because like it was told to me that I was doing that run and then I fell on my face, and since my arms were behind my back, I couldn't catch myself. So like that's why I stopped doing that.
Sorry.
No, it's funny. I don't even remember this happening. It was just like told to me. Like
Okay.
my mom told me that's what happened. So
Well, the other funny part, because I also think of it as like it's also I've heard some kids did it because of Sonic the Hedgehog even before Naruto came out, and you also happen to like Sonic, so I just thought about that too. But anyway, keep going. It's not relevant, but yeah.
And so at this point I was still like watching dub. No, I mean I think I was watching like part of like partially dub and partially sub, like sub mostly when I was like when I kind of had to. Cause like even when I watched like Kenichi, I watched that dubbed. That was on Hulu. When I had to use when I started using like Crunchyroll, that was mostly when I was like watching sub stuff. So like when I was using Crunchyroll, I watched like Sket Dance, and I definitely watched that subbed. And like generally my watching patterns around this time was like, you know, I'd mostly watch like shonen like action series. But like eventually, since I was watching on like official sites sometimes, I would eventually like run out of things to watch, so I would randomly
they don't have
kind
a lot
of
of selection,
things.
right? Yeah. So
Yeah. I actually feel like that was a good thing for me because there's shows I wouldn't have watched if not for that. Because I didn't recognize everything. So like, yeah, I'll watch this thing. Let's see what it is. Like Sket Dance, I was like I didn't like looking at it. I didn't think it was like an action series, but I was like, maybe it could be. Let's see if it is. And like the first episode does actually have like some action in it, even though it's not like a battle series or anything. And I just kept watching it after that, and it never even crossed my mind that like, wait, this is not a battle series, but like I liked it, so like I just kept watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think Sket Dance was probably like the first series that I watched that didn't have any action in it. I might be forgetting something. And this was probably around like sometime 2011 or 2012, I guess. Not entirely sure. I also know that like I was watching like Kill la Kill. I didn't watch it seasonally, but I did definitely notice when it like when it popped up on Crunchyroll. Yeah, so like
okay, yeah. So
that kind of helps me have a time frame of when I was like using Crunchyroll, because Kill la Kill was like let me look it up actually.
It was 2013.
2013. Yeah, okay.
It was fall 2013 and winter 2014 for the second core. I'm pretty sure. I think it's been a while. So
I know that like I didn't watch it at first because like it looked kind of weird to me. I don't know why.
I mean, were you wrong? Like especially like trying to envision it from the perspective of younger Nun, it's weird, right? So like definitely not in a bad way, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just looked visually weird to me, and like I don't think I ever clicked on an episode or anything. I think it was just like the poster and maybe like some preview images. I don't know. Something about it looked off to me, so I just didn't, So then, like, after around this time, I, like, was talking online. This is gonna be cringe, but, like, I think my first, like, thing I was using online to talk to people was, like the amino apps.
At least you don't watch anime for a white woman.
That's true.
Or start Naruto the manga from Kakashi Gaiden and part 2.
Or watch 250 episodes of One Piece with no sound.
So, like, I used the amino, like, I used, anime amino and, Pokemon amino. And, like, on Pokemon amino, that's where I found, like, a group of people, and, like, we were, like, talking for a while, and eventually, like, we made, like, a Skype chat, and I kind of stopped using the amino apps, and I kind of just used that Skype chat, and I got some recommendations there, and, like, that's where I, like, got some really different stuff. Like, I got recommended Mirai Nikki and Clannad.
Well, at least one of those you still like.
It's kind of funny how those recommendations were from the same person, but they're so like polar opposite. Yeah, it's just like I liked both. Mirai Nikki, I think I probably watched that one first. I liked it. I don't know if I would like it now. I haven't watched it.
I'd recommend. Then. I've heard the anime makes changes from the manga, so it's like
I heard that the anime just makes things like it tones some things down, I guess.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
I don't know.
Or maybe it adds in something worse. I don't know.
If I ever go through it, I'm probably gonna watch the anime first and then read the manga. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Go ahead. Clannad.
Huh? Was it? See, maybe it wasn't Clannad that he recommended to me, or maybe I don't know. Like, I know that in my head, I think about me watching Angel Beats and then Clannad. Okay, no, I think he did recommend Clannad, but I didn't watch that specifically just yet. Somehow I watched Angel Beats. I don't remember. I don't remember if that was a recommendation or not. That was the first show, like the first anime to make me cry. The last episode made me cry. And like I feel like that's like one of the shows that kind of kind of opened up the idea of being like super emotional towards anime. And then like eventually when I watched Clannad, I just cried like multiple times. So like I feel like Angel Beats cracked the dam, and then Clannad like just completely broke it, and now I just like cry at a bunch of things because of Clannad. And so like yeah, I really liked both of those. And like yeah, like at this point I was definitely just watching like subbed shows, and like I wasn't opposed to like trying anything at this point. And like even before I would definitely like at least like compared to my brother or something, I would try more random things because I wanted to find something. Something
you
cool.
have watched some weird shit that just like when we used to play anime music quiz, and what the fuck opening is that? Oh, it's some weird shit none watched.
Oh yeah. Like Samurai Bride. I don't know if any of you know what that is.
I probably heard the opening a couple times on like 20 seconds of it on Anime Music Quiz, and no one got it because you also forgot what the song was from.
I watched, like some of the weird stuff I watched, like
You did watch
Jubei-chan, the ninja girl.
Okay, Bamboo Blade, right?
Yeah, I did watch that. That was on Hulu.
Yeah. Which was good, but it's also like a more out there watch, I think, all things considered, especially compared to what else you've talked about. So,
thinking about that one was before Sket Dance. And like it is still like it still has fight. Like it kind of it's like enough on the.
It's enough of a sports anime to not be completely out of. I guess here's how you can put it: like if Bamboo Blade cracked the dam of you getting into non-action things, then Sket Dance blew it open, right? Like you could use the same wording you did, right? So, but anyway, keep going. Because it sounds like at this point you're into anime, basically. Anyway, keep going.
I watched Katana Gatagari before I knew, like, I didn't know anybody who'd seen that.
What did you fucking call it?
Fuck you! I'm not saying it again.
You're so toxic. It's
my god, that's funny.
Anyway, keep going. None. Don't let what bully you. He's what?
And like it was kind of weird to like eventually see people who have seen that show because like, for one, I thought it was kind of just a random show, and also I didn't think like it'd be so liked. Not that I thought it was bad because I did like it, but I don't know. It wasn't one of the things that ever stood out to me. And like, I guess from this point when I was watching things, it's hard to think of like what's like another like transition I had from here because, at this point I was obviously super into it and, I never got into seasonal anime like that.
At no point or,
I mean, not at no point, but like,
okay.
I never really like I can't really think of anything that I really, really watched as it aired other than like waiting. It's like the most recent thing I know I watched episode 1 and finished the week it ended was Dr. Stone, which is like really recent. So it's just like I can't think of an early one that I watched. Like obviously, with the Kill la Kill thing, I did see it was there at some point before it finished, but I don't know. Like I guess the next like phase of me watching things was probably just like seeing AnyTube and like kind of
getting recommendations from YouTubers or watching things because they talk about them or right.
Oh shit, I forgot like a whole fucking okay.
You've got a whole arc in the story.
Yeah,
you skipped
Tinchy Bridge.
He skipped a part 2 without going through Sasuke Retreat. No, I don't know. Go ahead.
So when I was using YouTube to like watch like anime clips sometimes or like anime AMVs, like one that I used to watch a lot was like a Dragon Ball AMV called Dawn of Victory, and like I would just like kind of want to watch like cool stuff about things that I like on YouTube. And eventually like I got recommended a lot like for Neverworld videos. And
okay, I was wondering if that was going to be it. Cuz you mentioned watching like the chapter reviewers and stuff. So go ahead.
So I would click on his videos not because I wanted to watch him, but like there was cool anime art on the thumbnail, so I expected it to be the anime. So it was like I kept clicking on them, and I was like, "Why is it always this guy?" Because like I'd never read like for Neverworld, I just always saw the art. Yeah. So like and eventually like I just sat down and actually watched one. I guess I just decided I'll give it a try, and then like I got into watching his stuff because of that. And then I watched like some like Double 4 anime. I wasn't like a fan of his, but like I tried his stuff and like I tried some other chapter reviewers. I did get into like Roger's Base. That was later though because I mostly got into Roger's Base because somebody recommended him. And he wasn't even like an anime channel or anything, so yeah, I was just watching them, and for Neverworld like is the person who I heard of The Promised Neverland from. when it was like fairly early, so I checked it out. And
The manga
Rogers
or
Base,
the anime?
the manga.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. But go ahead.
The anime was way too recent for me to be watching him. I don't know if the first arc was done, but like it was definitely not any further than the first arc. But I checked out some of it and I liked it. Yeah, I think it was only a couple chapters out probably because I read a little bit of it, liked it, kind of forgot about it because I wasn't used to keeping up with manga at all yet. And before that, the only manga I've ever read were just like random volumes of
like Siren.
I think I've read that, but I'm not sure. No,
like before then, the way I read manga was just like it's an excuse to see the part in the anime that I liked again, but in in an easy way to just see it again, I guess. Like and like, you know, I got to see it in a different way. So like that's part of why I just like own like random volumes. Because I didn't think about like, you know, yeah. And then like the first manga that I really read like a significant amount of was like MHA because Rogers Base was doing like his read through streams, so I would read MHA for those streams. And you know, I got pretty far. And it was like a little exhausting to read in a sense because I you know, usually didn't read manga and I always would like read it last minute, I guess. So like I would read like really big chunks of it. And like I think it was like during the summer or something, so it was like hot and I was just sitting there reading manga on my laptop. So yeah, like that's how I got into manga really. Like I wouldn't consider myself fully into manga right there, but I did give into.
Maybe you were gonna get to this, but like, do you remember the first manga you caught up to weekly? And if you kept reading it or not, I guess.
It was Promised Neverland when I
okay.
eventually got back to it. I think it was probably Promised Neverland. It was MHA actually. I don't know. It's like if it was with the read through streams, I did probably catch up to MHA, but like. I think after he stopped doing those streams because he caught up, that's when I stopped reading MHA for a little bit.
You know who my favorite Weeb Club character is actually, real quick? A motorcycle that's outside Craftsdwarf's fucking window.
It's either that or typing noises.
Yeah. That's my favorite. Character.
Okay. I can remove it, but you know.
Now you can't.
No. What do you?
Now I can't.
Remove the best.
Now
character?
I can't.
Good.
Removing the best character.
All right.
Here's my question. What? Or not what? Sorry, Crafts.
Yeah.
Is it the same motor? Is it the same guy's motorcycle every time?
Probably, because we do have an asshole who does like he does like donuts, and there's a bunch of tire marks on the road. So I think it's just one asshole who just really likes the sound of his tiny dick. And so he just, you know, makes.
I love it. I just wanted to make sure it's the same guy. Yeah.
And I fantasize about, you know, those police spikes and just like throwing him out there and just fucking getting his ass.
What the heck?
Fuck that guy. Fuck that noise pollution ass bitch. His fucking tiny penis. Holy shit. Anyway, I'm fucking recording a podcast.
Oh my god, you're so hateful.
Cars suck. They're just modes of transportation. Anyway, are you done, Nun? Do you think? Or
I'm almost done.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm fucking waiting for.
What the heck? So yeah, I read those. The first manga I actually got into was Bleach because I think it was because of what at this point.
Let's go.
And it was also like Bleach was the only of the big three I didn't super engage with. Like I knew what it was and I did watch some of it. I watched
exactly like me.
I don't think I completed Soul Society, but I did get into I did get into some of Soul Society.
Well, I mean, if you drop it on the best arc, then like what? I mean, you know, what does that say about the quality of it?
And like part of me not super like watching Bleach was because sad.
I heard this fucking silent. All right.
Part of it was just because like I didn't feel like watching Bleach for some reason, even though I was like to put it into perspective, I've I've watched Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Naruto like several times over. Like Dragon Ball, I've seen 3 times. Dragon Ball Z, I've seen at least 3, maybe 4, probably 3. Dragon Ball was probably 2, and Dragon Ball Z was 3, and Naruto was like 2 times. Like I've watched like these long running shows over, like I've watched them again. So
Jesus
like
Christ.
like yeah, I would rewatch those. But like for some reason watching Bleach once I was just like, I don't want to do that. I don't know why.
Why would you ever do that to yourself though?
Because I liked
fair,
them.
I do think Bleach is like, at least, you know, especially in the early stuff, is probably like one of the weaker adaptations, just because it like doesn't even.
It looks poo poo dog
and
shit.
it doesn't. It makes weird dumb changes, like minus Ichigo Orihime
dude,
plus Ichigo
I'm
Rukia.
so fucking mad. When I found out they did that shit, I was like, fuck this shit.
Right. Where at least Naruto and One Piece basically keep the story and characters the same, even if they add stuff for filler arcs and shit.
I'm pissed.
So
I'm fucking
anyway,
angry.
Um,
Disgusting.
But yeah, I was a person who like rewatched those long shows a lot, and like just Bleach, no, but you know, I read Bleach because I was like, at this point, you know, I met What, he was talking about it. This is still What who thought Thousand Year Blood War had like significant problems, or not significant problems, but at least enough for him to.
I told you that like the ending was weird as well.
Yeah, it was enough for you to bring it up and warn me about things.
And you know what, Nun? It is weird because it made my pee hard. And
I'm sorry.
Man, you must find a lot of things weird.
Yeah, you know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I read it. I really liked it. Like I liked all of it. I didn't have any problems with it. And then like after Bleach, I just started actively reading manga, and I mostly did it at school. Because like in chemistry, I had a lot of free time. It was easy. I worked, like me and my friends did the work together a lot of the time. I would just take answers from them. Well, really, it was just from one particular.
Because your friends did all the work.
Well, okay, so I mean, one of the friends, he was someone who repeated chemistry, so he like knew a lot of the stuff. So like,
you're so toxic, dog.
You know, we relied on him. There was another kid who was like, usually the one who was like doing the work fast and stuff. So like,
also,
you know,
that's
it's not
funny,
that
funny coincidence, because in chemistry I had a friend who he was part of our like group where we talk about the manga we were reading, because we read Naruto and One Piece and Fairy Tail weekly, and it's distinctly remember they read even more stuff, like they were keeping up with Bleach and Kenichi, which I hadn't read at the time, but I distinctly remember when new chapters, like I at least once I read a new chapter that had come out on one manga on the computer in the chemistry classroom during class.
I did it on my phone.
What? Okay, Zoomer. But so it was just funny coincidence of we both read manga specifically in chemistry class, despite those classes being like how many years apart. So anyway, keep going. I just thought it was funny because you opened memories. Sorry.
So yeah, and I think like basically that was where I read a lot of things. After I read Bleach, I went back to reading Promised Neverland and caught up to it. I was did I start Naruto while reading Naruto? I think I started reading Naruto there. I might be mistaken, but it was somewhere around that point. And like those friends in chemistry, they were also into anime. They didn't read manga though, but you know, we would talk about like MHA, a lot of shonen stuff we've seen. Yeah, that's like basically caught up enough, I guess, to how that's probably it.
Okay. I was gonna ask how you got into manga, but you already answered that. So, hi, it's WattheWut.
You really should not have made me last, especially after Nuns.
I resigned myself. This
is gonna be even longer.
This
dog.
is gonna be a 3-hour episode. I already know.
I have the longest experience with anime out of all four of us. It seems like, because I started watching anime because technically I've been watching Sailor Moon, Inuyasha, and Pokemon since I was like 4, probably younger. right? Fun fact though, I never had cable my entire life.
Sad.
Not once. So like everything I watched was either like whenever we would go on like to like different places, we were staying in hotels and there was or like going to relatives' houses. Inuyasha, for some reason, I would always remember memories of Inuyasha playing on the TV. I would always remember that.
Same.
So like my memories with Inuyasha like run deep. Also, I'm Asian. Everyone who is Asian is contractually obligated to watch Sailor Moon at this point, especially if you have female relatives. And I have 2 sisters. So I watched a lot of Sailor Moon. We had all of the movies on VHS.
Oh.
We for some reason we had only Sailor Moon S and not R or the original season for the TV show. I watched a lot of the original Pokemon anime, as well as the Johto Journeys, as it was called. So for those 2, it was like the dub. So it was the dub for those 3. So, but I recognized that they were different from cartoons, kind of, just from the way they looked. So, but I never really recognized it as anime, right? I didn't think about the term. My sister was into anime before I was. My older sister, she she watched like Oran, but what got me into anime really deeply was Bleach, as we all know from the 3-part YouTube rips on YouTube. I was like 9 or 10. So
and I was going to say,
watching
WattheWut also talked about in his really good Bleach video on his channel that you should watch.
Yeah,
anyway.
good video. Yeah, So I've technically been watching subbed anime since I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah, I think that sounds like that was the earliest for us, between us. So yeah.
And like I was an active fan. I had been like I listened to all the openings. I like memorized. I got to the point where I memorized the names of the Zanpakuto because it showed them on the top and it showed what they meant. I recognized their calls. I recognized Hado no Sanju-san, Sokatsui, seeing things like that. I would say a lot. I made like like in binders, like people would like put pictures and stuff, make things on their like designs in their binders. My sister used to do those, so I copied it and did like Bleach ones and stuff like that. Bleach was my first ever anime, but that is like because there's a lot of shit on YouTube that is just publicly available. There's also a lot of just random things I would watch on there. Dinosaur King.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Dinosaur King is what you wanna be. Yeah, make your move. Come on and make your move. I have no idea why the fuck I watched that. And all of it that was available on YouTube. I also watched all of Bakugan.
See, it's like I watched a bunch of those kind of shows, but I didn't watch those shows because by the time they were airing, I was older, right?
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'll always remember that I had a dream.
Metabots! I forgot I watched Metabots a lot. Sorry. And obviously Digimon. Why did I never mention Digimon? I love Digimon. Sorry.
I had a dream that put together iCarly and Byakugan. So like
that would actually be a fucking banger show though, actually. That'd be hilarious.
I fell asleep watching iCarly. So and like I guess Byakugan was on my mind for some reason. And it just combined the two. No, I'm pretty sure there was a show that was it just Bakugan? No, I feel like there was 2 ones that were. Oh, I'm dumb.
No.
Okay,
Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Bakugan Battle Brawlers New Destroyer, Bakugan Battle Brawlers Gundalian Invaders, Bakugan Battle Brawlers Mectanium Surge. There's also Mega Man NT Warrior was another one that I watched. Apparently, Mega Man.exe in the sub, but I only watched the fucking the English dub that was available on YouTube in 3 parts. So fun fact, you can actually still find all of Bakugan on YouTube. You can watch all of Bakugan on YouTube because they didn't take it down.
Oh.
So no one. They just straight don't give a fuck. It's still all on there.
In 3-part episodes?
I think so, or in whole parts.
Okay, I just thought it would be really funny if it would like the 3 there's still some out there buried under like years of YouTube algorithm changes. There's still like 3-part episodes that just never got taken down. That's just funny. That thought is funny to me. Like it's an arc. It's like a time capsule. Anyway, keep going.
It is a time capsule of just the legendary adventures of Dan Kuso. I can't believe his last name's
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
Kuso and they just ran with it.
All 8 seasons.
Yeah. I told you, it's all on there. I'm pretty sure Dinosaur King's also on there too.
I've seen
But,
Kenichi on there. All of it.
Listen, right? Netflix is like when Netflix became a thing. You know how like it got popular on the Wii, right? Netflix is a big reason how I like, kept watching anime even past Bleach, because I started watching it in middle school. A lot of stuff in middle school. That's how I started watching shit like Kenichi, Oran High School Host Club, Italia, Ika Musume. I think there's a lot. Vandred was one that was on Netflix. Little Busters I watched in like high school. I watched I'm thinking of Angel Beats. Here's the fun fact, right? I knew about Bleach, I knew about One Piece, and I knew about Naruto. I refused to watch One Piece because, haha, not watching One Piece is a personality trait. I watched some of Naruto, didn't like it. It was actually a phase, and like I used to do this all the time. I would get in fight arguments with kids in school about how Bleach characters could beat all their favorite characters and shit. Which, let's be fair, Naruto and Bleach characters are about even in power, but they could fuck up a One Piece character. But I don't know.
Okay, power scaler.
Power scaling. But Dragon Ball, I had literally never seen. I never saw Dragon Ball. I had like understood it was a thing, but I remember I told you guys that I thought Goku and Super Saiyan Goku were two different people. And let's be fair, in a fighting game sense, there's so many Gokus on that roster that I thought they were. I could easily think they're.
And some
people.
games they are literally different characters, I think. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. There's literally like if you go on like any Dragon Ball fighting game, there's 7 Gokus on that menu, no matter what you do. So like.
Yeah, sometimes they'll just like make the regular Goku like his thing would be Kaioken, but like the Super Saiyan would be its own character.
In fighters, there's literally Goku. Like there's literally an option for like there's like Goku where he's just Super Saiyan, and then they made it later as just regular Goku, and I'm like, okay, guys, all right. But like, yeah, I was so confused for the longest time. I didn't know anything about Dragon Ball until like I watched some of Dragon Ball Abridged in high school. That was the only time I understood anything. I didn't understand. Well, listen, man, it's not my fault. Bleach is better, but like there's also
Okay.
I watched some of Yu-Gi-Oh, like scattered parts of Yu-Gi-Oh, scattered parts of Digimon. Like it's like my experience with anime is just so like fucking. I just watched a bunch of random shit throughout the years. That like and like it was either on YouTube in parts or Netflix, and those were the only 2 things I found. And I had watched as much as I could of random shit. I was not aware of the anime community,
And you were better off.
Yeah, well, it's because it's like my sisters stopped watching anime after a while, but it's not like the whole like Asian influence stuff for me to ever went away because she just switched to Korean dramas.
Mm-hmm.
My family loves Korean dramas a lot. They still watch them. Yeah, so like I was never like unaware of it. But I never really considered myself like an quote unquote anime fan until like high school, after I a stint in freshman year when I was something that I don't want to say.
Wait, what?
We're not gonna talk about that.
Oh,
Something that starts with
Okay, I
an E and maybe ends with a elitist.
Yeah, I got it. You didn't have to say it.
No,
I
that's not.
remember.
No.
I remember.
Okay.
No, he'll EWB. I mean, fuck. I mean, I don't know about that guy, but I heard he became a thing in senior year. Freshman year.
Oh yeah, now I remember what he's talking about. Okay.
Freshman year, I'm not saying that friendship is magic, but friendship is magic, and like this is like I think in high school is when I considered myself a quote unquote anime fan, and I was an ironic anime fan. I liked anime.
I can already
But
see
I
the
also
dot
made
comment about
fun-
this coming.
I made fun of anime fans constantly. I would just mock them for like existing. My friend was a super anime fan. He like literally went to school and bought a bunch of figures from a guy at school, so much that it filled like an entire like bag, like a garbage bag full of them in the boxes still, and it was all like of the like the lewd figures. He bought this at school, and we would bully him all the time. We were like, "Why did you do that? Why would you?"
He deserved
What is
it.
wrong with you? He wore a giant like. You ever see like those T-shirts with like the anime girls like that cover the entire thing?
Oh God.
He wore one of those.
Oh God.
He bought several of those and wore them. We made fun of him for that. My friend. So here's my friend group, right? We would hang out like there's a spot with benches out in front of the library, and the library is like right outside of like the big cafeteria area. And we would just sit there. Me and my little group of friends would talk about anime, and then every time someone we knew who watched anime walked by, we made fun of them. So like that was just, I'm a piece of shit.
Wow. Yeah. And you had the gall to be like, wow, was I a bully? You really didn't know? I remember you questioning and realizing
we bullied each
retroactively.
other. We bullied each other. Let's be fair.
Some things.
I mean, yeah, but the random people walking by thing, and you had to question
those random people. We knew the random people. I say random people. We knew them.
Or they wore anime merchandise, in which case they made it obvious. In which case they were setting themselves up for it, right?
Yeah, we were like, bro, what are you wearing? What are you nerd? Anyway, so like, Luffy would totally lose to Ichigo. Ichigo would kick his ass. Hey, fucking nerd, what do you? There was like one time, right, where there was this kid in my my web design class, and I knew he was a big fan of SAO, and I was cringe and didn't like SAO. So every single day, I would just say a meme because like I didn't really care either. I didn't really like. There was like a period where I didn't care either way. I was like slowly disliking it because SAO 2 had come out, was airing, and I was just like making little jokes about SAO. I forgot what I would say, but he would get so mad he would maul it off of his ass, and I just laugh and then go back to work. It was a lot of that. So I had been like watching a lot. And my top 10 for for years differed. Like I think cycling in and out of it was like Bleach was always in there until a certain point because oogity boogity Bleach not that good.
How can you have a favorite that peaks in like its second major arc?
How can I have a favorite that got canceled, right? Soul Eater quickly took its place. Soul Eater was one of my favorites for a long time. It still is. I still have to reread the manga. Madoka Magica was also in my top 10 for a long time, as was Angel Beats. I'm blanking out, I think 2013 was when I like really got back into being Ooga Booga anime fan, watching as much as I could. So like if you see my Mal and you see how many were on there, that was all from high school. I mean, like a good majority of them were high school, like high school things I watched in high school. The only manga I had read back then were The World God Only Knows and Soul Eater, I think, and it was both when they ended. I usually only read things after the anime ended or there wasn't gonna get a continuation. So I read some of Bleach and then read I did this thing where I would look up where did the anime stop adapting. Yeah.
You did my
I would
least.
look that up too, but I would never actually go and read the manga.
Well,
you did my.
I didn't watch an anime.
You did my least favorite thing anime viewers do.
Well,
I mean, I've done it too.
I've done it too, but
I think
I
actually haven't. I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, Nun's the only one of us who deserves human rights.
Well, okay,
I mean, I still did do the thing where I would pick up a random volume, but
I went. Here's how bad. Here's how bad in the irony hole I was. Right, I went to our school's anime club.
I never did that.
And then and they would recommend they would ask for recommendations for what to watch. Fun fact: Toolman's little sister was the president of the anime club.
Pog.
And
sorry, you just reminded me of like, oh yeah, I went to my anime club for a couple times too.
No, but you understand. I went there just to try to get them to recommend Boku no Pico every single time, and then I would leave.
I would recommend it, and then I would leave.
You wouldn't even stay to defend it, or like you cringe lord.
No, well, excuse me, defend it.
Yeah, like you're gonna
defend.
You're not gonna.
Defend
you guys should watch
Pico
no Pico, and then you just leave. Like what the fuck? That's not funny. You have to stay and watch your.
I mean, I would argue with them.
If they say it's bad, you call them homophobic. Easy.
There we go. That's what I meant. The way you said it, you just say it and then you leave. It's like that's just so
my
cringy.
God. So,
the whole thing is cringy. But anyway,
there was this girl that I knew. I think Toolman dated her in middle school, but she was this girl who insisted she was Japanese, and She's not. And she like wore the freaking plaid fucking whatever it is, the schoolgirl skirts with every outfit she wore.
Okay.
She wore anime T-shirts. She would read manga in class and hold her like Black Butler or Orion High School Host Club fucking mug or whatever thermos or whatever the fuck it was, and read it in class. And it got to the point where like she was so obnoxious about this shit where I would just be like, like, are you serious? Are you doing that right now? As I go on my phone and I go and read manga on my phone, but like or watch anime on my phone. See, that's the level of irony I was on. I would mock people for this and then just go on my phone and do it more subtly, right? I wouldn't be like, because it wasn't like it was weird to watch anime at my school, because I literally randomly had this conversation. I was just sitting down next to this guy, and then he was talking, and then all of a sudden we bring up anime, and he starts going off about how Poggers fucking Gundam Build Fighters is, and I was like, or no, Gundam Age. It was Gundam Age, and I was like, he talked about this the entire class period, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch Gundam Age someday. I haven't watched Gundam Age.
I was about to ask, how many episodes have you seen of Gundam Age?
Oh my god.
What's up, Vindy? What's up?
What?
Who keeps saying, oh my god?
I didn't say anything.
Oh my god. None. Was that you?
That was definitely.
I was tweeting. No, I was tweeting at none. I wasn't talking. I wasn't even listening.
Unlucky, I think. Fuck. Cause like, I used to just either watch things really. Used to watch things not really fast, but like nonstop for certain things. I would just constantly watch them, and it was always sometimes recommendations, or I would find out about it. Sometimes, like when I got into anime YouTube, I would watch the shows they recommended. That's how I watched Sword Art Online, because I saw a Glass Reflection review of it.
I was about to say, who the fucking anime YouTube recommended Sword Art Online?
Here's the thing, right? Sword Art Online wasn't considered cringe until like the Digi series.
Same as how
came out.
K-On! Wasn't considered good until Digi.
Yeah,
No,
it's the same thing.
Digi was majorly influential, right? Like, I don't think anyone argues that.
Oh, I would.
But,
Yeah, I wouldn't
like
say the other. Yeah,
because even demo was, because even when Sword Art Online was, the only thing people would say is that like Ooga Booga Sword Art Online peaked in the first half, right? That's the only thing people would ever say about it, but they would still tell you to watch it. Giguk was saying it, Glass Reflection was saying it, Demo was saying it, right? So like it literally only was considered cringe the moment the series was made about it, right? So like I don't know. Fuck.
Oh, excuse me. I burped and said excuse me because I'm polite.
No, shut up,
Excuse
bitch.
me.
Shut up, bitch. You're not allowed to talk.
Excuse me.
But I was like super anti like moe in high school though, because of course the ironic anime fan would do it. We were like we would only watch some shows and be like, aha, it's kind of weird, you know, haha, we're gonna watch it because haha, it's weird. Yeah, right.
What's this show called? Love Live? That seems kind of weird. Haha, let's watch it.
Okay, you know what? Okay, so no, we gotta talk about K-On! First,
Okay.
right? Because I watched K-On! First, and when I watched K-On!, the whole meme was I was watching it, and because like, you know, Giguk Tea and Cake, and I was watching this fucking show called K-On!, and you know, it's not like I was like averse to it. I wasn't like big manime, because I'd watched Clan and Clan made me cry, but Clan was okay because it made me cry. Right? That's the ones that count.
K-On! Won't make me cry. It won't get me.
K-On! Ruined me as a person. So, like, it was already that. But then one day I went on my anime list and was scrolling through things, and I saw this show called Love Live Squad Project. And it had the cute anime girls. They were in their schoolgirl outfits, and it was idols. And I was like, this looks cringe and bad. So I was like, hey, guys, I'm going to watch this, and I'm going to make fun of it. And they're like, yeah, do it. Haha. But I think there was, like, one or two who were, like, secretly, like, watch it and become one of us. Right? So I watched it, and I was like, this is actually pretty good and fun. I was like singing Start Dash in my head a lot. And then season 2 came around, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why do I like this show? What is going on? Hello? And this was like in 2014, like the literal year before the School Idol movie came out, right? And this is before, like, literally Muse was done. But, like, it was a fucking wild time.
Did Love Live fully break you as a person? Was it the School Idol movie, or was it Sunshine?
It was the School Idol movie started it, because I had the School Idol movie as one of my favorite anime films of all time. And then Sunshine came out, and I was like, oh, this is really good shit. Oh, wow. Yohane's really cute. Yohane. And then forever changed, forever ruined as a person, forever ruined as a human being. It has not been the same ever since.
And now we're close enough to current that's where we are.
We're close enough to current. I get, because like, if I'm being honest, when I started really getting into manga, I forgot what I think. Like the first manga that I really got into. Let me check my Mao just to make sure, because I'm pretty sure it was like Spirit Circle.
Oh,
because
good
there
manga.
was this video by. It was because there was this fucking video by Mother's Basement recommending a bunch of manga, and Spirit Circle was on it. So I was like, okay, that one looks, whatever. I'll read it.
Probably my least favorite
I
Mizukami,
cried
though.
so much. It's one of my favorite manga of all time. So like, you can.
Well, no, I don't think it's bad. Again, it's really good. I just personally prefer Biscuit Hammer and Sengoku Yoko more.
Sucks.
Sengoku Yoko has a 5-page spread. Honestly unbeatable.
Kiss my ass, man. Yeah, it
Can
was
I?
definitely Spirit Circle. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what used to be in my top 10 was fucking Your Lie in April?
I thought you were
Which is
gonna
why,
say.
like, I really got mad at Craftsdwarf. I really got mad at Craftsdwarf when he was, like, malding about it. So, like, yeah. I think, what else? Yeah, I just watched and read a bunch of wild shit. May or may not have been a bunch of ecchi series, because I was...
Poggers. I need to watch. Can I be honest? I think
yeah.
all the time, I'm like, I should watch more ecchi series. What am I doing with my life?
I'm gonna read Ayakashi Triangle soon.
Best manga
So,
in Weekly Shonen Jump.
I just downloaded
Well, I was
Best
gonna ask
manga
what
in Weekly Shonen Jump.
because I remember on your Mal, was it in high school where you had a phase where you just watched a bunch of like anime that you like saw as a kid but in full? Because I know you have a hate boner had a hate boner for Digimon, and
No, that was in like the first 2 years I went to college.
okay, so that was a little later.
Digimon,
Okay.
more like...
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
Well, Digimon's fucking boring, and like
What? You can't just
Yeah.
say that. People like Digimon.
I can't just say that Digimon is boring as fuck, and the only one that I liked was Tamers, and even then, it somewhere along halfway through I wanted to kill myself.
Sad.
I also watched Prisma Ilia while it was airing, so I don't know what that says about
Good
it.
manga.
Yeah, yeah, baby.
First
yeah,
fate thing I'm gonna
baby.
go watch and read once I get all the stuff I need to get out of the way, like the VN.
Is Prisma Ilia?
Oh,
No,
it was my
never mind,
first.
I thought what was you gonna say something.
My
cringe.
first seasonal anime. Let me think. 'Cause,
Oh,
like,
I know.
think
I
it
didn't
was,
say
like,
mine. I know mine off the top of my head.
What was it?
Mob Psycho.
Because like
Ah.
I'm fucking wrong.
Because 20. You're
I'll go back.
stupid,
I'm
dog.
sorry,
You're
but I'm
fucking
really
stupid.
wrong, and I'll explain how in a minute. But you go.
Yeah, you're fucking stupid, dumbass, fucking idiot, fucking stupid
Shut
ass.
up, don't talk.
I think it was Attack on Titan.
Okay.
I think mine was
Oh,
Attack on
yeah.
Titan.
Yeah.
Kill la Kill was also one of the first. few that I started
So
watching while
the
we were
reason
there.
I'm dumb and stupid and I should kill myself is that I forgot it wasn't 3 anime I started with, it was 4, and one of them was One Punch Man, which is why Mob Psycho was the first seasonal I started watching.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't change the story that much, but
Hey, so shut up for a second. What fucking was it? It was Kill la Kill. It was Attack on Titan, right? And then it was it was this fall 2013 was my first season where I decided to watch a whole bunch of shit.
Okay.
So it was Kill la Kill, Kyokai no Kanata, Log Horizon, Golden
I thought
Time,
Kill la Kill was
Seven
Strike
Deadly
the Blood.
Sins.
No, 2013 was when I started getting seasonal, is what I said.
yeah, but I'm saying I thought Kill la Kill was 2012. No, it
No,
was
it wasn't.
2013.
No.
It was 2013.
Hello?
I literally said Kill la Kill was 2013.
Strike the
earlier.
blood, dude! Strike the blood. Dude, Strike the blood. We should.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
watch
I
Strike
was
the
wrong.
Blood,
I apologize.
dude. Have you
I'm
guys
sorry,
watched
okay?
No.
I said I'm sorry.
Strike the Blood is a fucking wild series. Oh my god, Samurai Flamenco was also that season.
Good show.
Watch that airing
Honestly,
too.
Samurai Flamenco is good enough that it's okay with Toku existing.
Oh my god, I hate this man. Oh,
Samurai Flamenco
oh!
saved Toku.
Kyoso Giga was that season?
Toku's-
Yoamushi Pedal? Dude,
I
anime
watched my
used
first-
to be good. What?
Shut the fuck
Let's
up.
look at
Shut
fall
the fuck up.
2013. Kill la Kill, Kuroko no Basket, Non Non
Oh, yeah.
Biori,
2013 's fucking
fucking Yoamushi Pedal, Hajime no Ippo, Kyoso Giga. We can skip the thing that starts with an L.
Are you looking at 2014?
No, fall 2013.
Oh,
Love
2013.
Laugh?
There's
Love Lab was in
No,
2013.
no, I'm looking specifically at fall 2013, and I see something that makes me want to cry because I see it, and I see my sweet, buff, huge-necked, Giga Chad man, and he's fucking this
It's too bad
tiny
the
little,
adaptation makes me- is
skinny,
poo-poo pee-pee.
dumb bitch. Grr! Fuck you, Little Busters anime.
So
It's a
I
really
guess
poo-poo adaptation, though.
to get nostalgic
Yeah.
about seasons real quick, one that's really like I'm looking back and I'm like, oh yeah, that was a season I was fucking down for was fall 2012 because I'm looking at Psycho-Pass, Robotics Notes,
Great show.
Shinsekai Yori, and like I remember.
Shunibyo!
Look, I would come.
Sakura-san!
I would come back from work at like fucking 10 p.m. and
Imagine
I would
working.
just fucking literally just, or no, 12 p.m. like literally, and I would still just go and fucking watch the new Robotics Notes and the new Psycho-Pass when they came out because those fucking shows were I was into them.
Little Busters again! No!
I'm looking at my seasonal stuff, and like I'm noticing a lot of 2013, 2014 stuff. I didn't watch seasonally, but like I feel like I just happened to stumble upon those shows when they were starting.
Say something about it was back about fall 2013. I thought. Oh no, it was because you said that Little Busters is a bad adaptation. Yeah, that's because Little Busters legitimately works the mechanics of a VN into the fucking story it's telling, and so it just can't be adapted. Like
Vindy.
like the like
I'm not gonna-
90% of the like point of the story is worked into the mechanics of a VN.
I'm not gonna say I watched all of a YouTube playthrough of Little Busters, and that's what got me into the anime. But I did that in high school.
L
and that's
Nunmanji
why
moment.
I really
L,
hated. That's why I really hated
Okay.
the anime.
L.
Look,
I
my
was looking forward to the anime so much, and then I hated it.
No, as a smart, intelligent man who read Little Busters as an adult, I would never watch the anime for it. 'Cause
All right, I
just
feel
don't
like
need
we're
it.
didn't know
done.
how to play
I feel like
VNs.
we're done.
No.
We're done. We're done.
No.
We're done.
No,
there's
no,
one
stop,
more thing I gotta
Craftsdwarf.
say. You fucking cuck. There's a few
Don't
more
call
things I
him a
gotta say.
cuck.
Here's a fun story. Here's
You
a fun
fucking
story.
minority.
When I was in high school, I actually took a bunch of like college classes, like from the college that was nearby. One time, like they were like doing something at like the college's library, and I arrived. I told the professor I would probably be like late, but then I ended up being able to come because I had a class later on that night. So I just came in, and because I had time, I went back. I went to the library and watched some episodes of Gossip. While I was waiting for my class to start. And then the professor saw me, and he was like, oh, so you're skipping out on class, huh? And I was like, no, I have my assignment. I just arrived earlier. I thought I would. Do you want me to give it to you? And it was like, oh, okay, never mind. And he walked away. Like, he was trying to fucking own my ass, and I was like, okay, dude.
New Game was the other first season I watched. There were two in that season.
New Game's pretty.
The
Poggers!
two like anime I watched, like the first two anime I watched seasonally, as they were. God, I remember paying attention to seasonals.
Hey, Mr. Dark Triad. Mr. Dark
Well, the first two that I remember
Isn't it
watching were
kinda
Mob Psycho 100 and New Game.
Mr. Dark Triad. Isn't it cringe how
Don't call me that.
Craftsdwarf does not like New Game?
Yes, but it's so funny because I'm looking through like 2016 seasonals, and I'm sure this is how y'all feel and how a lot of people still are. Like, I'm looking through these seasons, and like 2016 and 2017, I was watching a bunch of seasons. Like the next season, I mean, I watched Haikyuu season 3. I watched Yuri on Ice. I watched
I was really active. in 2016.
Sangatsu. I watched Keijo. I watched Flip Flappers. Like I watched so many of these shows. 2017 is really I watched. I mean, a shit ton of shit from 2017. Like looking at
I was
winter.
a seasonal goblin in 2020.
Looking at 2017, like winter 2017, right? I
Well,
watched
yeah.
Konosuba 2, Kobayashi, Masamune-kun, Kuzuno Honkai, Little Witch Academia, Gabriel Dropout, Demi-chan, Rakugo, all season.
And I guess the other
See,
thing
y'all-
that I want to point out is that we were following AniTube at the time, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we
we
were
all were.
talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
all
yeah.
these shows. Like, I also watched a lot of those shows, and guess why? Because I remember some people I watched talking about them. So-
God,
There's a
remember
certain
Sakura
YouTuber
Quest?
making
I feel like
seasonal
nobody
videos
talks
about
about that show, but it was fucking fun.
I put it on hold.
I don't love Sakura Quest, but I enjoy it. Like, I'm just looking through 2017. It's
It had
like,
a
I
good
watched like
opening.
almost everything that came out.
Mathwiz really likes it. I dropped it.
Oh my god,
Well-
summer 20. What a stacked season summer 2017 was.
Dude,
Maiden Abyss,
hold on.
Surazure Children, Gamers, the most underrated anime maybe of all time.
That I might have dropped.
A drop in Gamers is so
Main
cringe.
Abyss's anime is bad. What?
Isekai
I think I also
Smartphone,
dropped it.
Isekai Smartphone, Aho Girl,
I did.
Koito Uso, Welcome to the Ballroom, New Game, Princess Principal, Isekai Shokudo, fucking the cleanliness Aoyama-kun, the soccer anime. Oh my god, what a goated season.
I think that's about when I was starting to like fall off and not watch as many seasonal shows.
I scroll down and I see TQ9 and I'm like, there were 9.
Y'all talking about seasonals made me realize I definitely did actually basically kind of watch things seasonally, because I know I was like keeping up with Konosuba and like Seven Deadly Sins were two that I do remember
even
watching as they came out. One Punch Man.
Fall 2017 was so good as well.
Nunmanji's so cringe, right? Because he's like,
yeah.
Seasonals are bad.
They are.
He's talking about how much of a seasonal gobbler he was.
This is so funny.
I'm not. I definitely was not. But I
so I'm looking through this, right? And every seasonal in every season in 2017, right? Not counting shows I've gone back and watched. Things I watch seasonally, every season has at least like 4 or 5 I watch seasonally. And then, I mean, Gintama was coming out around this time, so it's a lot more going back now and other things. Winter 2018, I didn't watch a single show seasonally. And I haven't watched anything except for Weeb Club shit since season.
Well, that's one thing we don't have in common, because I watch Citrus.
Me too.
Well, it's just funny looking through and it being like, oh yeah, I watched all this shit. And then going back and it's like, I haven't seen any of these fucking anime.
Yo, Eurocamp kind of popular.
I want to watch it, but I feel like I feel like even though I want to watch Eurocamp really bad, it's like for Eurocamp, I don't know, like it seems like the kind of anime I got to be in the mood for, and I just haven't been in the mood for it.
God, this is when I think this was the year I decided to be Ooga Booga analyst this year.
Man, should I pick back up being a seasonal gobbler next season?
No.
Why?
Because it's not worth it.
I'm not gonna gobble seasonals, but it does make me want to watch more stuff.
That's my fucking journey as an anime fan. You know, pretty poggers, pretty epic. In college, I read all of Hajime no Ippo in like a fucking week. So like,
great manga.
Yeah,
goated.
you would also go on to read all of the big 3 and Promised Neverland in a single month.
Well, what is the epitome?
3 weeks,
what is
God.
the epitome of a speed reader? So,
yeah. I'm epic.
What says I don't read the words? I just look at the pictures.
No, I read the words.
And you don't look at the pictures.
And I cry the entire time. I cry the entire time.
All right, we're almost done with this 3-hour episode.
Yeah, let's do like a speed-ish round through this part.
I can't.
God, okay.
Yes, you can.
Well,
You'll see why.
none or what?
None.
Whoever goes for none. Can you speed
None
round
go.
it?
I
It's
go
none
first.
first.
None's gonna take mine, so it's okay.
I need to think about my pick. Sheesh.
Oh, well, then none might not take mine.
Oh
Y'all
my
just
God.
transitioned way too fast. Like, God.
No.
You've known it was coming for a week.
Okay, I forgot what I wanted to pick.
Hey, Vindy, if you don't want to cry,
Okay,
don't
I mean,
watch
like,
it.
I don't know. I don't know what I want to talk about. I already talked about Kimetsu last
The
time,
TV
but
anime openings,
I
feel
finished
nothing for
it, so
them.
like I could. Should I talk about Kimetsu? I don't know.
You can. I'm talking about Avengers.
I mean,
so.
I read Astra Lost in Space. I could talk about that. I don't know. I don't know what I want to talk about. This is why I don't like going first.
Lucky.
Just pick something.
I only have 2 things to pick. I mean, I could pick Captain America, but I don't want to.
Oh, that's right. You fell asleep for Avengers. L.
Well, don't
So
talk
sad.
to me.
Do Astro Lost in Space, because you already talked about Kimetsu a little bit, even though I do want to hear you being good and smart about the last arc finally. But I don't know anything about Astro Lost in Space, so.
So, Astro Lost in Space is.
I know it's by the Sket Dance author, right?
Yeah, Shinohara.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's only 5 volumes. It's not very good, honestly. Like, the biggest problem with it is like the entire group's like bond isn't it's just not like that well handled, I would say, because there's like 8 of them, and it's 5 volumes. There's like a huge mystery in regards to like how, like, basically it's not a spoiler that they kind of arrive at this idea that there's a killer among us.
Dun 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 dun.
Look,
dun,
I actually
dun,
think
dun,
Astra
dun,
Lost in
dun,
Space is
dun,
the
dun,
closest thing
dun,
I've
dun,
seen
dun,
to being an adaptation of Among Us. But
I like how Nun like says the 2 forbidden words, and then What and Vindy immediately like zoom her out and just lose their minds.
so like like it has like the element of Sket Dance to where, you know, every character has their like backstory that contextualizes how they are right now, and like, you know, it's just kind of very unfortunate thing that you wouldn't be able to tell happened to them on the surface, but like once you know it, it's like, oh, you know, like it explains everything, and it kind of, you know, it makes you really like them. And you know, when you see what they went through, it kind of strengthens the bond between the characters. But like in Astra, I just never thought that the backstories were like that great. Like some of them were like none of them were bad. But like the main characters,
Vindy,
I never.
Fuck you.
What?
Vindy, I hate you. Can we kick Vindy off
Okay,
now, please?
well,
No, I'm sorry. This needs to be addressed really
I
quick.
normally don't like
Can we
emergence
fucking
memes,
kick
but this
Vindy
one's
off
fucking
now?
funny.
You could kill yourself.
That's the
dude.
funniest emergence meme I've ever seen. It's actually
I
phenomenal.
hate you. You're terrible.
But why didn't he save her?
Anyway, none, please.
What? Why
None,
didn't he
please
save her?
continue. None, please continue. None, please continue. Actually,
but yeah, I never really liked their backstories, and like
I hate Vindy.
the bond between the group wasn't ever like super great, because like, you know, so they basically get lost in space and they're traveling back to their home planet, and you know, as they go through these different planets and they're surviving together and stuff, and you know, they're supposed to be building a bond, and you know, they dump their personal baggage on each other too, and you know, from that they get to know each other, and like, you know, eventually they decide that they're family in a sense. But like none of that really worked together in a way that like I was super into. So like when they started revealing like the really big twists of like, you know, who is the killer, like who has it out for them in the group, like what
Which
makes
one of you is the sussy baka?
what makes them specifically the people who need to be dead, because like, you know, they're just normal high school students, or so they thought. So like, you know, there's like eventually they do find out the reason why specifically them were grouped together to be killed, and like there's some like crazy, like there's kind of a crazy twist about like the world as a whole that they're in. And like both of those like twists were like really interesting, like in concept to me. And I haven't really seen much like it, but like a huge thing to make one of the twists work was that idea that they're family and they're all that each other need, kind of. But like since that bond didn't work, it kind of just like really fucked the whole story for me in terms of like enjoying it, because you know, like the family thing was supposed to be the kind of what makes it okay that there's this you know, this secret thing that, you know, isn't necessarily good, but you know, they're family, so it doesn't matter.
But it didn't land for you because you weren't quite there with that aspect of the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, you know, in a sense, I'm kind of like, you know, even though I didn't like it, I am like glad it's not like 100% dog shit, even if it's like very mid to me. Because like, you know, the two ideas that are there are like good, so it's like, you know, I wouldn't say like Shinohara just didn't have like anything in Astra at all, but like you know, it's just like I don't think it hit. I don't know if it's because of the length.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do you think that maybe like he introduced these things early? They sound big, so maybe he introduced them earlier into the manga as a way of hoping to generate interest in it if the manga wasn't.
I mean,
doing well,
actually,
you know?
really, the really big twists are like really packed towards the end.
Which
and
okay,
a
so
lot
in
of
that case, it was less of I need
like
people
the only
to read the
thing.
manga, and more like, oh shit, I'm getting canned. You know, let's try and end it.
I mean, I don't know if it was
canon.
canon. I really don't know. I mean, maybe it was. I don't know. But and like, I feel like the progression from planet to planet was also kind of weird, because like, I don't know, like I feel like in certain parts of the story there's just like so little like conflict going on at points, and I get that's like kind of for the like them bonding in a way, but like since their connection wasn't that good, it just makes those parts like kind of boring, I guess. I don't know, it's really weird, and I'm not sure if it'd be completely fixed by like being longer, because I can't really tell if like that was his problem if or what, but I don't know. So yeah, it was just like kind of mid, kind of bad, not really bad, but like not great. I gave it like a 5.
You guys really like Sket Dance, and Witch Watch is really good so far. So
Witch Watch
as the Sket Dance and Witch Watch reader, the actual Shinohara fan here, Witch Watch is really fucking good.
Fuck you.
Witch Watch is keto.
You didn't read Astra. I read Astra before going to Witch Watch. I am the true fan.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Nunmanji, here,
I've also seen Sket Dance.
No,
Shinohara didn't make the Sket Dance anime.
Shinohara
didn't make the Sket Dance anime. Shinohara didn't make the Sket Dance anime.
None.
Yes.
I'm gonna call an emergency meeting real quick. Did anyone vent?
Dun 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 dun.
No, but like there are like.
Okay, see, there's a problem. It's what's next in the order, and I want to move on, but also that involves making WattheWut talk more, and I actually want WattheWut to talk less. So there's a bit of a problem here.
Boom.
I hope one of you is the imposter. Please kill me. Please, just
I almost
fucking
wish
stab
that
me
I could just
or shoot
spoil
me.
Astra because none of you will read it, but I won't.
The audience, someone in the audience might,
vote.
so it's like, eh.
Yeah.
Let's just skip vote.
All right, what did you?
Okay, so I may or may not be reading 5 manga because Natty promised me something in return if I read 5 manga that he wants me to read. So I read a manga called Kowloon Generic Romance, and it is anything but a generic romance series. Ha ha ha! The title's irony. It is so good. It's by the mangaka behind After the Rain, I think it's called that. Yeah, it's okay. So there's a city I think in China called Kowloon. If you look at pictures of it, hello? What is wrong with you? What are you gonna? What's your problem,
nothing.
Hmm?
I'm not. It has nothing to do with you, okay?
Is it not pronounced Kowloon?
Or however you pronounce it.
I don't know.
Fucking, I don't know how to pronounce it, dog.
You
know?
fucking lose your mind about pronunciation when it's anyone else but you. Holy shit. I would respect the language by having it pronounced properly. Kowloon.
Well,
Moo. Anyway, keep going.
Well then.
Okay.
Moo. Okay, but do you see this shit? Do you see what this fucking city looks like?
Yeah, the walled city. Yeah, I know about that.
The walled city. Yeah, it's fucking. What the fuck is that? But like, yeah. So it takes place within this, right? And the idea is it's just at first it's just like a little romantic rom-com between like this really hot lady in the glasses. Let me show you a fucking.
I think I saw the picture, and yeah, she was kind of pretty hot.
This lady. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh, yo!
Big glasses. More lens to hold my cum with.
Oh my god. Kujirai is really, really good. But also this is a mystery series, and it's a amnesia story.
Okay.
Right. At a certain point, things ain't right. Like, because at first, like, there's a lot of talk about nostalgia and about how like. Even though things change, we always long for things in the past to remain the same. And you find out that Kujirai may or may not be missing her memories from 6 months ago. No, she's missing memories. The last thing she remembers is from 6 months ago, right? But she's still going about her like daily life or whatever. And she's in love with this other guy who works at her real estate agency, named Kuro. And something's off, because even though she's in love with him, he kind of keeps trying to push her away. Something's not right, guys. Something's not right. And it's just really cool to read. It's really cool to read, and it's just been really fun. Kuchidai's really, really hot. Eventually, the story, as it starts ramping up and doing all the crazy shit, it's really, really good. There is a guy in this manga, however, and I don't know what to think about this. There is a guy in, I guess, Kowloon, because once I find out the real pronunciation, I'll figure it out. God, she eats a lot of watermelon in this fucking manga, and whenever she eats it, she looks like this. It's because this fucking manga can't control itself. There's a lot of horny pages in this manga. It's really good. But there's a guy in this manga who unironically has a snake tongue.
Oh, okay. Like the
really
fork
weird.
tongue.
Okay, yeah. He like cut his tongue in half.
No, I remember hearing about that on television, like literally years ago. It's just like you just cut one like muscle or like tendon or something. Not tendon. There's just it's a relatively simple procedure because your tongue is already two muscles as it is, so it's not like you cut the whole tongue in half. But yeah. You know? Weirdly specific trivia from shows that my parents would just have on TV when I was a kid.
I feel like I've seen this very same thing that you're talking about on TV.
I'm trying to find a picture of this fucking.
Well, my first thought was like Kingdom, where I thought like you know who I'm talking about, guy, right? Vindy. There's like a guy who like eats snakes and has the snake head sticking out of his mouth.
I'm not listening. A new
Kingdom.
A new Threegatsu chapter came out, and I'm reading it. I'm sorry.
You're so toxic.
There was a Threegatsu chapter.
There's so many fucking Kino pages. Like, look at this fucking panel.
Oh.
This is a thing that happens in the manga. He's just feeding the fucking goldfish. Oh my god, this girl is cute. This girl's really cute. The whole joke behind her is that she has part-time jobs everywhere in the fucking city.
Cute? I don't see
and you just see her everywhere. She cosplays all the time. She's adorable. God, I can't find a picture of this man. He's creepy as fuck. And well, I found him, but it's not him with his tongue. Is a spoiler. I don't know if it's whatever. Read Kowloon. This is him.
God.
What are you fucking what? Calm down.
Sorry, I just
Vindy
read another
Vindy.
chapter of
Vindy,
the best manga in existence. It's amazing.
Vindy, have a look at this.
How does Umino?
Vindy, have a look at this. It'll make you feel better.
How does Umino do it every time? How does she just?
Guys, have a look at this.
How does she just release a chapter and it's just a 10 out of 10 every time?
How do I just read this manga?
How can it be like 10 pages?
Like
How can it be 10 pages and still be fucking mind-blowingly good?
Holy shit!
I don't understand how she exists.
Holy shit! Anyway, yeah, that's what I read, Kowloon. I'm reading Blue Flag right
real
now.
Real quick, it's ongoing, right? Generic romance?
Yeah, it's ongoing.
That's what I thought.
I was so fucking depressed when I got to I was like, I got to chapter 41, and I was like, there's no more? I gotta wait now? Are you fucking with me? I gotta wait for another fucking chapter, this glorious fucking experience?
Sad.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, this represents me as I read this fucking manga. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Anyway, that's me. Those are my thoughts. Yes. Oh, found him. Found him. Never mind. Real quick. I found this man. Here he is. Creepy bastard. Anyway,
I'm about to talk for an hour on the newest Threegatsu chapter. I was originally going to talk about Avengers, but I don't care anymore.
Okay.
Threegatsu.
Well, I haven't read it, so don't spoil it.
I'm not actually. All I'm going to say is it's the best manga in existence. I don't know. I can't handle Sangatsu. No, I was going to talk about Avengers because in the Vindy server we finished
phase 1.
Phase 1. Yeah, Nun can't really talk because Nun fell asleep, which is unlucky. But
really?
Yeah, he fell asleep in the middle of it. Which he did for Captain America as well.
It's late, and Avengers is really fucking long.
I'm not being toxic.
I know. I'm just saying.
I didn't say a single toxic thing. I was just.
No, I'm just for context. It's not like I'm just. Wait, we have an audience.
Thank you, Craftsdwarf.
Yeah, we started at like 8:30 my time, which is 9:30 Nun's time.
And it's a 2.5 hour movie. Yeah. So
and like here's the thing: is I saw Avengers twice in theaters because I ended up going. You know how sometimes it's not even that like you want to see a movie twice, but like you go see a movie with one group of people and then another group of people are going to see the movie, and so you go just to go see it with them, not like you're going to see the movie again. Does that make sense? Like you're going to hang out with the people. I did it with episode 7 of Star Wars as well. I just ended up going with 2 completely different groups. Not because I wanted to see episode 7 twice, but just, you know what I mean? Although second time for episode 7, I fell asleep in that bitch. That's the only time I've ever fallen asleep in the theater. But yeah, like, so, you know, I'd seen it twice, but it's interesting watching it now, 9 years after it came out, because like that movie had me so engaged. Like, a lot of times when we watch the Marvel movies, like, I'll notice one or two things and say them, but I was like pointing out shit I was seeing that entire movie because it was actually so good. Just like these little things that I noticed that I thought were really cool or that I liked. And then people were being cringe about it in the chat, and they were.
Were they really?
They were. Here's what I mean by they were being cringe. They were taking a lot of moments, and instead of looking at it in the context of Phase 1 or in the context of the series or like the movie alone, they were looking at it in like the context of the entire MCU. So they kept saying like, "Oh my god, this is so much better with Endgame," and it's like, it's so much better with the end of the movie in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is also just made really.
No,
way,
yes,
like,
yes,
way even
yes,
better
yes,
than it already
yes.
is.
But they were like trying to say like, "Oh my god, Endgame, fucking." It's like it's not all about Endgame. Like, talk about the movie as it is, because
They were spoiling a lot.
we're not
They-
spoiling
like, it got
anything.
to the
We're
point
not
of just, like,
spoiling anything.
I mean, y'all were posting it so many spoiler tags, and like some of it was stuff
was
I could
literally
read,
just
and
that,
some
yeah,
of it
yeah.
wasn't stuff I could read. So it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just
Here's the
wouldn't have
thing,
clicked
though.
any
I
of
would
them.
have. I would have stuck around to watch it, but I literally finished my.
No,
MCU
you're fine.
rewatch,
I
earlier,
don't blame you.
Like last month.
But what really struck out to me is 9 years later is like how much from that movie is just like fucking iconic, right? How like almost every scene there was like a line or a moment or multiple moments that are like have become like, I feel like these like cultural like icons, right? In like pop culture in the last like 9 years, or 8 years or whatever the fuck.
No, yeah, I feel like when you compare the Avengers movies, it's like Ultron in comparison didn't stick, where like all the original Avengers, there's still lots of gifs and stuff that get posted and lots of memes. I understood that reference, right? And with Endgame, of course, there's Thanos, just Thanos, right? Like
Right.
you don't need to bring up the rest of the movie just because he's
Thanos
caught on so much in some and gets referenced a lot, memed a lot,
Yeah.
So
And so I thought that was really well, but what's interesting is like, and I'm sure people will still be talking about Thanos, 9 years after Infinity War. But I thought it was crazy is like how much it like Avengers stuff still comes up, and how like on top of it just being like a fucking phenomenal superhero movie, right? Like I think that like the movie's consistently funny. Like I was laughing at almost almost every joke I think hit for me. Honestly, I mean, there were some like quips where I was like, okay, like I get it, like it's funny, but it wasn't like my thing. But so many of the jokes hit. They were fucking funny. And there were like little things I think people don't even realize, like the line you mentioned, right? I understood that reference. The reason that works is because the entire like first half of the movie, Captain America is like saying these things, or people are saying these things around him, and he has no clue what they're saying, right? Like that joke is set up for the first half of the movie. And I think that there's like a lot of interesting things that they do that's really good characterization wise. I think the movie does like a really good job in the first like 30 minutes of showing you where all the Avengers are and what they're up to before they all team up. I just think the movie does a really good job with a lot of what it's trying to do at different points. And I mean, I know it's not, I think it's the most agreed upon Marvel movie that I don't think I've ever met a single person who hasn't liked is the first Avengers movie, right? So I'm not, saying any hot takes or anything by saying like the movie's really fucking good. But what I will say is I currently, and I would be surprised if this changes, wouldn't have it in my top 5 Marvel movies, right? I don't think I would put it that high among other movies. But like after watching, I was like, I would give that a 9. Like I fucking really liked it,
Yeah, it's just like for me, it's just really fun and funny. Like it manages to be engaging for the whole 2.5 hours. The characters and their interactions are really good. Like they're like I think you put it a while ago, is how you put it. It's like here you have all these characters who can carry their own solo movies now playing off of each other. Right? And like it's tying a bunch of all these references that have been built up through Phase 1 together, and which works for its own plot. And then the way it does lead into the rest of the MCU is also really good. right? Even if but it's still good on its own. Yeah, it's a fun time.
No, it was better than I was thinking, and I mean, I still, I might even go ahead and say it now. We'll have to see. I wouldn't be surprised if it was still my least favorite of the Avengers movies, because I think Age of Ultron is really good.
I don't know. We'll have to rewatch.
Yeah, we'll have to see when we get there. But I mean, I really liked it. And
the one thing I didn't get in Avengers was like, kind of didn't like Thor just returned and it didn't like address anything. Like it didn't like
it
say
doesn't explain
anything.
how he came back because the Bifrost should have been broken.
Yeah, like it was such a short amount of time too since that happened, and he just like appeared. And like Loki as well. Like Loki, I could kind of excuse because like he got sucked into the thing. So I guess he could
Loki,
like
it's explained. Kind of random. Loki, it's explained he traveled there through the Tesseract. Because they say that because remember he comes in through the Tesseract and it
through
said
the other end.
Yeah, and it said through the Tesseract like is how he can get there. But I don't remember how it was with Thor. I don't remember what it was.
Like Thor just appeared with the thunder and lightning, and they didn't say anything.
Yeah. I don't think it's the end of the world because like it's still enjoyable, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't bother me that much. I just like it was kind of weird that they didn't even like, I was stuck, but something.
What was the last part you remember watching? None.
Loki was Tony was falling off the building, and put on the Iron Man suit.
Oh, so basically right
together.
Before the big climax, so give or take, or right around the start of the climax. It sounds like. Okay.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have anything else to say about the movie.
I don't really have any much more else to say. Really good. I think Tony Stark is the hero of Phase, like is the easy best character of Phase 1 of it. But
one thing to say is that obviously it's like the first Hulk movie is easily like the worst movie in Phase 1.
Yeah.
And Bruce Banner or Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner is a way better fit for the MCU. And he's just like immediately like more likable and interesting, I think. Like from the first scene he has in the event, because Avengers is I feel like I'd go as far as to say that's the Hulk's debut movie because the original Hulk just kind of doesn't matter in a lot of ways.
And
for
Mark
the MCU,
Ruffalo is so much better.
Or Hulk, it doesn't do a lot for his characterization relative to Avengers going forward. Right. So
yeah. So what's your thing to talk about? Knowing that we're legitimately probably almost at 3 hours. Yeah, we're at 2:45. Can you wrap it up in 15 minutes? What do you think?
I don't know. So basically, because back in February I started it, and a few days ago I finished watching all of the original 90s Sailor Moon. So that's 200 episodes, plus some specials and movies. And I liked it. I did like it. Like, that's the thing. And I'm glad I watched it because it is, notably important as a Magical Girl series, as even just like as an anime that came out in the West in the 90s and made, an impact, right? But I never liked it a lot. Like, pretty much every entry is hovering around a 6. The one exception is the Sailor Moon R movie, which that one hit me emotionally in a really unexpected way. So I did give that one a 7 because I was really caught off guard. And I guess maybe it's just me personally not liking, I think a big part of it is okay, what is why is it like this, right? It's adapted from a manga, but they add so much anime original content. They kind of I feel like they're kind of taking the Super Sentai formula more so, or Cutie Honey was another influence I noted. Where the manga was this monthly manga, so it's it's only 18 volumes versus 200 episodes, right? So it's it's kind of keeping to the manga, but it also has to do so much on its own. But that other stuff it does can't be super consequential. So I definitely understand why the show is the way it is. But I still think it's good. I think the characters are fun and I like them. They're all terrible in an endearing way. Maybe not all of them, but like Usagi sucks at everything. She's bad at sports and school. She's not necessarily pretty. But she is capable of loving everyone. She loves her friends, she loves her family, right? So she's a good person, even if she's an idiot and a dope. One character who I don't think she was characterized like this in the first season, but Minako, in the first season, she's a bit more mature, and she's had more experience outside of the group. But then like later on she becomes this like gremlin. She's terrible and it's hilarious. Like there's one season where the bad guys are targeting people with pure hearts, and all the main characters get attacked and have their pure heart compromised except for Minako, and she gets like angry about that. What, my heart's not pure enough for you? To the point like she goes to donate blood and she's like, well, does that mean I have a pure heart? And then like Artemis
queen.
the cat is like, but if you're doing it to try and have a pure heart, does that necessarily mean you have pure intentions? And it's to the point that when she does finally get attacked, she's like glad that she's getting that she's like, yay, they're after my pure heart. That means I'm pure. It's like she's so terrible, and it's great.
I love that. How do you feel about the middle school, college?
I don't really care. Like it's
Okay.
a little weird. It's a little weirder is Usagi. Oh, okay. Here's the weirdest part. Probably the like most like part is Usagi's at a party. She drinks what is definitely alcohol.
Oh, dear.
And Tuxedo Mask, the college age guy, takes her aside and like just makes sure she's safe. But he also like kisses her on the lips while she's like, and I'm like, this is like a little like. Yeah, I mean, it didn't bother me a lot, but it's just like, just seeing that just was surprising because I'm just like, okay, yeah, she's in middle school, he's not, she drank alcohol, like, it's just like a bunch of little things that are just like little, like, I think their romance is fine, all things considered, it's just that specific moment was just one that I kind of noted, I noticed, and I guess, like, probably my thing is, like, or where I rank the seasons is because overall the characters, like, they definitely change. Like, I think, especially comparing Usagi in the climax of the first season to the later seasons, she's grown up and matured in some ways, even if, like, on the episode to episode she'll act like she does. So what tended to make me, like, divide, like, how I felt about the seasons was usually the antagonists, where, like, in the first season, I only really liked Nephrite. In the second season... hold on, I need to find the screen cap because these fucking dopes, these fucking nerds. They were anime original too, which just made me go like, oh, that's interesting. That I like anime original antagonists better. But Alan On, they're like aliens who are trying to get. They have like a fucking sentient tree, and they're only there for like 10 episodes. But like, well, they're actually at the school interacting with. So they're like interacting with the characters as in human disguises, but then they're also like the villains who are bringing about the monsters of the week. I have the screen cap. I know I have it. Where the fuck is it? Give it to me. There it is. So the context of that part
oh my God.
is basically like, look at how cute they are.
They look like those popsicles that you push from like the bottom up. You know what I'm talking about?
So the context of that scene is that like the whole episode.
They look like fucking Trix yogurt. Their hair looks like Trix yogurt.
So basically the reason he has that whole messy plate of food is because he basically made it because he's like, so humans, as, part of like the way they interact with each other, they'll use food as a way to carry across emotions to each other. And then she's like, well, what do you do with it? And he's like, I don't know. Like, they're so funny. And I was just like legitimately like shocked. Like, here's this 10 episode, like, yeah, anime original antagonists, and I immediately loved them more than I liked anything the antagonists had in season 1. And the antagonists later in the season, the second season, I didn't care for much at all. But I think, so overall, my favorite season was, like, overall, I did enjoy each season more gradually as it went on, with the slight exception of that season 4 was my favorite, and season 5 was my second favorite. And I just happened to like the antagonists more as they went on. The Amazons and the Amazonesses and Nehelenia in the 4th season were my favorite antagonists. Like, all the antagonists were good in that season. So, like... And yeah, every season had, its own point and stuff. Admittedly, like, I watched a lot of it in a relatively short span of time. And I never, like, loved it. Like, I remember thinking is, like, if I was just going for enjoyment, then, like, I wouldn't watch Sailor Moon. I would just watch, like, 4 seasons of Precure instead. Or I can get something relatively similar that I already know appeals to me more, and I'd probably like it more. But, I'm glad I watched it. I got stuff out of it. And yeah, maybe there's more to notice and pick up on because, again, I wasn't the most engaged with it.
Right.
And, yeah, so I did like it. I had a good time with it. I will be reading the manga later this year, and I also realize is like, just watching this anime, that is like 2/3 of the entire franchise done with right there. Because all that's left is the manga, a 50-episode live-action tokusatsu series, and Sailor Moon Crystal, which is only like 39 episodes. So, that's maybe a little over 100 episodes worth, depending on how you count the manga volumes. So it's like, at this point, it's like, I might as well just fucking watch the rest of it eventually. I'm probably going to wait a bit before I watch the rest of it, the Crystal and the Toku series, just because, like, they're not exactly the shortest shows, and I've just watched fucking 200 episodes. But yeah, I did like it. I'm glad I watched it. Oh yeah, and I guess to briefly explain why the movie hit me when it did is because, like, especially for season 1, which was my least favorite season, I just wasn't totally into it. But what the movie did was basically the antagonist wants to kind of monopolize a Tuxedo Mask, and because he loves Usagi, and so he doesn't like that because he wants to be the only one in a relationship who cares about him. And he's attacking Usagi, and then while like she's like down for the count, and what the other Sailor Scouts are supporting her, the antagonist like explains his loneliness and his pain and stuff, and every line he says, like, one of the 4 Sailor Scouts like connects to that line, and then we see a flashback of like how they were before Usagi came into their life and how alone they were before Usagi became their friend. And it's like that, like, it recontextualized kind of just how I looked at the whole group in a way that just I hadn't thought of just watching this seasons of the show that I had at that point. And so, like, I don't know, the movie just made me like, okay. Like, and I think I don't know if I teared up or if I almost did, but I was feeling things, and it was good. So it just kind of stuck out to me a bit more in that way. But yeah, I think that about covers Sailor Moon. Unless you guys have any,
I haven't seen it, so I have no thoughts.
Sailor Moon's bad.
Shut up.
I don't really have that many thoughts. I mean, I'm curious about what you'll think when you read the manga. Cause,
I am also. Oh yeah, you've read some of the manga. That's right. But also, Vindy, I've already told you, but Makoto is the hottest one. She's the ponytail girl who hits boys and is yes, she's great.
Yes. We talked about it on stream.
Yes. Yeah.
Sailor Moon's bad.
Why?
We got to end this episode because my dog's been whining outside my door for 10 minutes. We've been close enough to the end that I haven't wanted to leave. So, I gotta do it for my
Just
dog.
explain why it's bad.
It's bad because it should have been a space.
All right, no,
okay, nobody cares.
You.
Thank you guys
Suck
for watching. My dog's gonna kill himself. Adios. I love y'all.
All right, goodbye. Thank you for listening.
See ya.